Hail everyone, welcome back to the Geek Blend and the Raging Geek Jedi crew here. We're doing a new thing today. We're actually going to react to a video, kind of like EFAP style, responding to some twat waffle who thinks he has a good opinion on everything that's going on in the Phantom Menace. So that is what we're doing today. First, I want to say hello again to LostJedi22. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good.
Haven't talked to you since late last night into the early morning.
Yeah, it's been almost like 10 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. And Raging Ryno, who is a legit YouTuber streaming this weekend on his 4th stream. Welcome back, man.
Hail. How's everyone doing out there? Hope you're all having fun. I just had a good time on Ryan's stream. There's a lot of people here that were over there, so thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's getting to him because if you miss the end of that stream, there was twerking involved.
Yeah, that's why I'm not on screen. I've decided this one I'm staying off screen because I've made enough of a fool of myself already.
You're the kind of guy that's willing to twerk his ass on screen but then hide his face. Okay.
Never.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. So let's say hi to everybody in the chat here. We got ABC, what an ass, what a bitch, what a contagious coronavirus cuck. Trey Courtney, Nathan Sykes, hail, Lyndon Hall, hail, Lyndon, Paulo Patriot. Thank you guys for joining us. We do appreciate it. This is going to be a fun one. But it is. Yeah. Ryno's not seen any of this video. I've seen maybe the first 5 minutes, and I think LostJedi22. I think you did maybe what, 5 minutes too, maybe 10 minutes.
I've actually I watched the whole thing earlier today. So I snuck ahead. It was difficult. But yeah, I survived. So we will survive this.
Yes.
He's got some pretty awful takes. So
I'm curious, who in the chat here, one, if you've actually seen this whole video that we're talking about, what's the guy's name or what's his channel? Have we got a picture of him?
Yeah,
he was in the thumbnail. If you've seen this, let us know.
Willie's reviews and something.
I'm just curious on who's actually seen it and who hasn't.
Willie's reviews. Whistling, is that what was it? Was South Park Whistle and Willie? It's like their
what a name.
Yeah. Hey kids, if you want your pizza, you gotta whistle. There we go. There he is. Yeah, that's him.
This guy.
He already looks like he's a fun one to be around.
I will say I do admire his posters in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would wonder if by this time he's replaced them with TLJ posters.
Lyndon says he can't watch it all. Well, here we go. If you can't watch it all, I don't know how I'm going to go with it, but I'm going to have to force myself through it.
Oh, yeah. So
just keep in mind, he's a real fan.
Yeah. He's a real fan. We are not. We are fake fans.
Yeah.
No, we're just haters. We're haters.
Now, this is a watch together, so you both have the power to pause and unpause this. So if you want to make a point, pause it immediately. So it's like I said, very EFAP-ish. We're doing this thing. So are you guys ready to listen to this fella?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm ready. Let's
everybody in the chat, let me know too how the audio is, because I got it about half, and if it's low, we will turn it up.
They fucking did, okay? Because the stupid childish thing that they said, like, oh, Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars, or he...
Chat, how's the audio so far? Is it too loud, or can you guys hear it at all? I'll make sure you guys can hear it. Oh, you definitely should meme this guy. If you don't, I would be like, what you doing? Paulo Patriot, yeah. Okay.
Why would we just pause there? Like, how ridiculous on how this guy sort of starts his videos. I mean... No,
is he in a sales office, like an apartment complex building? What are the glass windows behind him for?
Just from a professional standpoint, in regards to just making a video. I mean, I haven't even been on YouTube that long, and I've been putting videos together more professionally than this guy. Just turns it on and starts talking crap. Like, at least tell us the topic that you're going to talk about. Anyway,
no kidding.
Well,
like literally jumping right away.
Apollo, I can definitely see room for Mr. Filoni to be behind him.
Yeah, I can too. There's
for sure.
Big, nice space to work with.
Yep. Little tongue.
The audio is a little bit.
I love you putting Apollo behind me twerking. That was fucking funny.
Yeah.
As good as.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
He raped my childhood with The Last Jedi, or he deserves to be fired with what he did to Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. You know,
Did we skip way ahead?
How movies work. He doesn't understand Star Wars. He's not a Star Wars.
Where are you
fan.
at?
Well, fact of the matter.
Oh yeah, it is. It started at 6 minutes. Why did it start at 6 minutes?
Yeah, we jumped there.
Whoa.
I don't know why it started at 6 minutes. Okay, let's start again. Oh, it's the cringe thing. He has to do.
That's.
Well, here we go again.
Oh, he's got an intro.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I take back everything I said just before.
And this, why would you leave the subtitles in your intro, by the way?
Hey
That's
everybody, what's up?
It looks weird.
So this is going to be a rant video, which I haven't done in years, actually. But it's time I did another one. And
years. You have 220 subscribers.
Does he really talk like that? It seems that way. We're gonna get through half an hour of this guy talking like this. This is gonna be fucking hard.
Oh my god!
When I watched it at 2x speed.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
For this rant video is very appropriate because it's about something that is nothing new, but has continued to be more and more prevalent these days, and that is how Star Wars haters continue to lie for profit and attention.
How Star Wars haters continue to lie for attention and profit. Yeah. That's what he sounds like, right? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. We could automatically flip the script on him and say that he's doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
So his point is completely null and void from the word go, really. Anyway.
Yeah. And I would say too, like when people say that we're hating on Star Wars, we're hating on bad Star Wars. We love good Star Wars. It's coming from a place of love.
That's right.
We love Star Wars. And we don't want to see it ruined like it's been ruined. We want good Star Wars. So if they put out a good Star Wars movie, of course, most of us are gonna be like, yeah, that was good. I'll admit it. It was good.
Yeah, I don't think we're out there looking to hate on it. And the particular YouTubers he mentions or he covers in this video go after a number of other things other than Star Wars, but we'll see. Don't want to give away the ending.
No spoilers.
We don't have a spoiler. We don't have a spoiler tag to put up.
Yeah.
Now, when I say lie, I mean that not only do Star Wars haters twist facts about certain things or, tell half-truths, most of the time they straight up lie about almost everything, mostly news-wise, as far as the new movies and shows go. And not only that...
Wow, that was a really bad cut.
Yeah, but not only that, I just want to say, like, who is he specifically talking about? Because I know that he has a big dig at Jeremy in this, and I'm sorry, but he doesn't make up stuff. He usually reads articles and then gives his opinion. He's allowed to have his opinion, whether it be hate or not. He's allowed to have his opinion, and it's just give me an example, mate. Don't just say that the haters are going to hate sort of thing, and then don't give me an example. Tell me what you're actually. Anyway, it's already starting to annoy the shit out of me.
That's how they do it, though. That's how they do it.
Oh, just because there's no point. There's no sorry, go play. I've got nothing to say. This guy's.
Oh, you're good. Oh, you can play whenever you're ready too. You got the power. You got the power.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
How certain fans view the franchise today, what certain actors or directors say, and also in general, like the perception of the newer films and shows. And to really understand how these haters lie, twist facts, or just straight up make up information, we're going to be going over a few popular examples.
Okay.
Now, first and foremost, one issue that the haters love to lie about or twist facts about is Rian Johnson's spin-off Star Wars trilogy that he's currently working on.
You mean he's never going to do it and is not working on, because he's working on Knives Out 2.
I want to know what he's had to say.
Yeah. To be fair, this movie came out before that was announced, or this video came out before.
Yeah, it was like November.
Announced.
Yeah, this was from November 2019.
Yeah.
But we all knew at that point he wasn't getting this movie or this trilogy, because not a movie, a trilogy. We knew he wasn't going to get it because of the backlash that was already swollen up against The Last Jedi and what happened with Solo. And there's no way they were going to give him a movie doing that. There's no way Bob Iger would be like, let's just continue to give this guy money to make Star Wars that people are going to absolutely hate.
No, just wait a second. Watch.
Okay.
Now, the biggest lie about this topic that the haters love to push is that Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy has been canceled and that he's been fired from doing any.
That cover up the. Oh, it just covers it up on my screen. Is that where he's pulling up the tweet of Rian Johnson?
Yes, I'm at 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah, he loves. This guy would be the perfect person to put on a jury, because you'll see him do this multiple times in this video. His proof that something is a lie or is false is the person who's being accused denying it. So, like, if you're ever really guilty of anything, you want this guy in the jury, because all you have to do is go on the stand and say, well, no, I didn't do it. And he'd be like, well, see, there he did. He said it. He didn't do it. So his big proof that this is a lie is that Rian Johnson has denied that his thing has got canceled. That's his, like, smoking gun, big element of proof that, you know, his movies are still going to go forward. Never mind the fact that, there's no release dates, no details. The movie that's announced in 2022 originally would be already well into production at this point, at least pre-production. There would be a script. There would be a director. There'd be locations. It takes time to put a Star Wars movie together. And if even, let's put the beer bug thing aside, even if all that stuff didn't happen, none of that stuff is in motion. And it takes 2 years to get, at least 2 years, to get a Star Wars movie made. So clearly the 2022 movie was not going to be his movie. Otherwise, he'd already be working on it. And we know he's not, because he's doing the Knives Out sequel.
Yeah. But I kind of love the fact that we're watching this before everything sort of, like everything that we know now, because it's actually just showing how much more of a fool he is, because he's saying that the haters lied about Rian Johnson's trilogy, right? And the fact that it's not going to happen or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm sorry to say, but now where we sit, you're an idiot for saying what you're saying, because first of all, they weren't saying it was 100% cancelled. They were essentially assuming that there's no way that Rian Johnson can have his trilogy. And that's what these people were reporting on. They weren't saying, oh, it's 100% guaranteed that Rian Johnson's trilogy has been cancelled. They weren't saying that. So they weren't lying, and they weren't twisting anything. They were reporting the facts. They were reporting articles. They were reporting what was happening.
Question mark behind the name of the title of the video, for fuck's sake. There's not like an exclamation point. Set a question mark.
We're speculating based on the evidence that we see, or the lack of evidence that isn't there. Like evidence like they're starting shooting in such and such location, or this person's been tapped to be the star, or any of this stuff. There's no movement on these projects whatsoever. It's fair to speculate. That's what fandoms do. It's not a lie, but we're basing it not on just some wild theories. It's based on evidence and lack of evidence that nothing is happening with his movie. And you can go into semantics and be like, did Disney fire him? No, but you know, in Hollywood, they don't necessarily fire people they didn't sign on yet. They just stop pursuing a project.
Yeah,
they just drop the project.
Doesn't come off the ground. They just shelve it.
It's semantics. It's essentially you're being fired off the project if they just choose never to pursue it. It's the same thing. In the end, you're still not doing the movie.
So when this guy released this video, we were only about a month away from the Rise of Skywalker, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, so effectively, from what we were hearing through Doomcock and all of that other stuff, they were still going through reshoots and re-edits and things like this.
And the script had been leaked at that point.
And the script had been leaked.
Correct.
And
you never
essentially knew the entire plot.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, I mean, he is talking about Rian Johnson here, but I think with everything, even at that point, that we knew, there was no way that Rian Johnson's trilogy was happening.
No. Even by that, I mean, we knew this like 3 months after The Last Jedi and after everybody turned on it. And of course, they want to say it's like a small vocal fan base. It's not. It's a majority. I mean, at Celebration, I talked to a lot of people in panels, in lines, at vendors. I met maybe 2 people that liked that movie. The rest of them hated it. Yeah, and we're talking from all sides of the political aisle, all sides of life, from every part of the country, other parts of the world. It's not just like one specific group in a specific political party like they claim it is. So
no, but I mean, even then, that's anecdotal, and he'll go into that too. In anecdotal, my friends like it, and he'll say, let's give it the benefit of the doubt for the purposes of the video, and he'll say it's a 50-50 split. Okay, it's a 50-50 split.
That's right.
Hate it, 50% like it.
Nathan in the chat says that they're announcing all these other Star Wars projects, but there's nothing about the Rian Johnson trilogy, which you're absolutely right. There is nothing. If
they want to shade up the haters, they would be like, oh, by the way, these shows are happening, and now he's working on pre-production.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, we got a script. They love the script. We're going forward with it. It's going to take place in this timeline. It's going to star, so-and-so, or we want this person to star in it, or this is going to be the type of star or character we're looking for. It needs to be a middle-aged man or a young female, an old female, whatever you send out for casting notes. None of that's happening, and we know it's not happening because there's been no reports of it, and there would be.
Yeah. Okay, can I just say, he's obviously trying to point out that Anna, that Star Wars girl, is a liar because of her title of her video, Ryan's trilogy finally cancelled. Now, the one thing that he's not paying attention to there is the fact that she's put a question mark at the end of it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She's not making it a statement. She's asking the question, Rian Johnson's trilogy finally cancelled? Not Rian Johnson's trilogy is finally cancelled. There's a fucking difference there, you idiot. And this is the thing. I'm sure if you watch that video from Anna, she doesn't say that it's cancelled. She gives her opinion on how she assumes that it's cancelled based on actual facts and things that she's seen throughout the press over this period of time. This guy's a fucking moron. I can already see through everything, and I don't even... fucking idiot. Sorry.
Let's continue.
Really quickly, though, I want to point out something in the chat. So I did not see Ryan, Raging Rhinos and Subhumans conversation about money, and then I dropped like our support links and stuff. I'm like, that looked like a thing. If that's not what I meant to do, I did that, and I didn't even realize that you did it right above it. Holy shit! I'm Ron Burgundy.
Exactly. We're not worthy yet anyway.
Yes. Lyndon, I love Lyndon's thing here with the question mark. I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Even I just didn't want you to think that's why I did it. I apologize. That looked really distasteful there for a second. I was like, oh shit, who said that?
Funny as you did it on purpose.
You got me.
All right,
let's
go.
Yeah, let's go.
Which Rian Johnson himself has confirmed 3 or 4 times now is not true. Now,
the accused denies it, so it must not be true.
The reason that the haters lie about this is because they didn't like The Last Jedi.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
I know.
What's with the way this going?
Yes, The Last Jedi was a divisive movie. No one's denying that. And even though I like it, I admit it does have many flaws. Mostly.
So how can you fucking like it?
Plot, continuity errors in terms of the tone. A lot of the supporting characters not really being interesting. The second act not really flowing smoothly and kind of dragging. And overall, just, not necessarily having the Star Wars feel or tone. Just because I have those problems does not mean I hate the movie overall. I still thoroughly enjoy it overall, even though I initially gave it a solid A. But after rewatching and reanalyzing it, I decided to give it a B+.
Okay. So let's go through the flaws he lists. He says there's continuity errors in the plot.
Yeah.
There's continuity errors in the tone, which I'm not even sure what the hell that means. I don't know how you have continuity errors in the tone.
That doesn't make any sense.
He says the supporting characters are not interesting. The second act doesn't flow smoothly and kind of drags, and it lacks an overall it lacks a Star Wars feel or tone. And then he gives it a B+. So he says that the plot has continuity errors. The characters aren't interesting. The second act drags, and it doesn't feel like Star Wars. And he gives it he went from an A to a B+.
With all
I want to know what an F movie looks like for this guy.
Yeah. And also, really quickly, I want to address what Ryno said. How, if it has all the errors, how can you like it? There are bad movies out there that I know are objectively bad, but I can subjectively like it. You know what I mean? Like objectivity versus subjectivity. We get in the whole that. But there are bad movies out there that I do like. But I mean, the fact is, these people won't acknowledge that it's a bad movie. Like he's still giving it a fucking B+. If you really have all those errors, why aren't you giving it a D?
And at the very beginning, he actually specifically says, I like The Last Jedi, even though it's got all the flaws.
I know, and then he gets into
the how can you? Yeah. If it's got all these flaws in it, and you're a really true to the law Star Wars fan, how
give you that on this,
can you like it with all the flaws? I mean, tell me any flaws that you can really notice from the OT.
There aren't hardly any.
Like, if there are any, you can look past those ones because
they're not glaring in your face.
The law, but they don't fuck the law either. You know, there's so many things that that happen in The Last Jedi fuck with law.
His
mythology.
Yeah, his list is not minor nitpicky items.
No
plot continuity, errors in the tone, characters uninteresting. Kind of drags in the second act and doesn't feel like Star Wars. Those are major categories. If you're going to rate a Star Wars movie, they're like, how could you rate a Star Wars movie highly, but yet at the same time acknowledge that all these things exist?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to hate it and make a hate video about it, but like, good Lord.
It's one thing to say all of those things about it, and it's another thing to say, the dialogue was a little bit off.
Yeah, there's a huge difference with what he listed versus a few little minor nitpicks.
Yeah.
Right. I just want to know what does an F movie look like to this guy?
For him to say all these glaring problems with the movie and then say, I'm still going to give it a B+, but it wasn't A. But
based on this guy's rating, Chewbacca could be shitting the entire movie. It's just a movie of Chewbacca shitting himself over and over again. And he'd probably be like, I'd give it a C.
Or it's like I said, it's all the scenes that you don't need to see. Like we cut to Luke and he's sitting down eating lunch, just having a nice afternoon lunch. And then it cuts away from Luke just as he's about to do something interesting and goes to Leia and she's in another part of the galaxy eating dinner with Han. And then, just as they're finishing dinner and about to do something interesting, it cuts back to Luke and now he's having dinner. Anyway.
Right. Yeah. It's just I want to know what if that's a B+, then after acknowledging all those flaws, say it's a B+. I really want to know what an F looks like.
Yeah.
First of all, I have to say this too. Think about a movie with like Chewbacca shitting. How many times do you think Han Solo had to hose him off after having diarrhea? Just think about that just for a second. All the fur he had. It's just like got me on this weird thinking pattern. Han Solo with a hose. Chewie, you got to go outside. I got to hose this off, man. We're not doing Mexican again.
Nobody heard from Chewbacca for a while because he was embarrassed because they had to shave his ass.
Yeah.
So he ended up looking like the bear in The Great Outdoors.
It's like what are those monkeys called? The ones with the bare ass, the big red.
Yeah,
baboons.
Baboon, yeah.
Mm. Han's like, you got to stay in this time, man. I'm not taking you out. Look like this. We're not going in public, so you guys stay in the ship.
Yeah, they're.
Oh man, are we half an hour through this yet?
We're 3 minutes in.
Oh,
yeah, 3 minutes, 27 seconds.
10%.
My grade down and my ranking down for the movie again does not mean I hate it. I still enjoy it as a whole, and my problems with it don't take away from my enjoyment of it. Those problems aren't so severe that they completely ruin the movie.
Okay, so hang on. I don't have the ability to pause. I'm sorry. I know that. I bet I went into anyway. How can he say that? Basically, what I mean is, how can he actually go, okay, with all the flaws that I've just mentioned, I can look past it. So that means in his head, he is able to explain how those things make sense. And I'm curious on how.
I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't.
It's Star Wars that's got the name Star Wars on it. I mean, you'll see it in the movie.
I clapped when I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jedi. Another thing that the haters love to lie about related to it is that nobody liked it, which could not be more untrue.
He's correct. He's correct. That could not be more untrue.
Yeah,
he
just contradicted himself.
Yeah, he really did.
The haters do not say that nobody on Earth likes this movie. Clearly, we can see that people like the movie. We're not living.
Just said that it's true.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Wow.
We all know that people like the movie. We're not denying people like the movie.
It can't be more untrue.
Because
double
I
negative.
myself have encountered numerous people who liked it.
Numerous, like
many,
4.
Many people who liked it, all of whom are my friends.
Like 4.
Yeah, so 4.
Okay, probably 2 then.
People who did not like it and despised it. Therefore, there really is no majority or minority.
Majority or minority.
If you really look at it, it's basically 50-50. A lot of people liked it, and
a lot didn't.
How do you come to that conclusion?
A lot of people didn't. Well, a lot of people liked it, and a lot of people didn't. So there's a lot of people that liked it, but there was a lot of people that didn't.
Yes, he met people. He's met people that in his personal life that has liked it, and then he's met people in his life that didn't like it. And he then claims that this is based on his anecdotal evidence and his personal sphere. He comes to
50%.
Did you read Trey Courtney's comment?
Yeah, there are people who like Civil War. So what?
So what?
That hits
right. So saying the fans hate it, because this is something like when they say, "Oh, the fans hated The Last Jedi." That's not the same as saying all fans hated The Last Jedi. You can generalize a group of people without having to qualify it, saying fans hated it. ... Well, not every family or not every fan hated it. You don't have to qualify it all the time. You can say fans hated it. That is true. You could also say fans loved it. That is also true. There are fans that loved it. There are fans that hated it. What the split is, I don't think they've done a scientific poll. I think if you look at the box office, the fact that it did $1 billion less would indicate something to me.
Yeah,
a
lot of fans went away from it, and then a lot of normies still
well,
went.
This is where I look at it and go, it's less than 50% that didn't like it, because especially like some of the comments and things like that I saw on Facebook for the ads that they were putting out for The Rise of Skywalker. There was a person in there saying, "Oh, I've seen it 11 times. I'm hoping to see it a 12th time before it comes out of theaters." Now that is one person that's paid for 11 tickets to go and see this movie. So even though it did 50% less at the box office, there was more than 50% of the fans that don't like it. And there was another guy in there going, "Yeah, me too. I've seen it 9 times. I'm hoping to at least see it 10 times so I can say that I saw it double-figure times in theaters." What a waste of... There were people in there giving him crap, like, what a waste of money, all of that kind of thing. But it's not a complete 50-50 split of I like it, I don't like it. It's just not that simple.
No, it's not. Nobody has the pure data on it. There's not been any scientific study on it that I'm aware of. So, I mean, if you wanted to say, we'll say, okay, fine, 50-50. For the sake of the argument of his video, we'll grant him that, because keep it in mind for his later arguments.
And then, too, how many tickets out of that 50% drop were actually promotional tickets that were sold to like radio stations giving them away, or Yeah, but you could argue that those were also sold for the Force Awakens too, so it'd be a wash. I'm just saying, anyway, that's right.
But anyway, back to Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy. I think the only reason that the haters continue to lie about it and say that it's canceled are because A, they didn't like The Last Jedi, and B, they don't think Rian Johnson is a good director or a Star Wars fan. Well,
his fingers are weird too.
The two
He's
harsh realities that you have to fucking accept are A, people did like The Last Jedi. Not everybody hated it. That's a
Nobody said that was a problem.
No,
nobody said that.
Nobody's saying that.
Just look at his thumb there. Look how much it bends back. I'm sorry. Continue. It just looked weird to me.
Lots of people also think that Rian Johnson is a good director. Just because you don't think he is doesn't mean everybody agrees with you. Okay, those are too harsh.
Okay.
Never again. Never said that was the case.
Exactly.
And nor did any Fandom Menace member that I'm aware
correct.
of.
There was actually a lot of Fandom Menace people out there saying that he's actually a pretty good director. He's a bad storyteller and a bad writer. They were the main things that I heard, which is true.
In fact, I think a lot of people will say that The Last Jedi visually was a good-looking movie. Like the cinematography in The Last Jedi was good.
Now, that's another thing.
Some of the shots were well done. It was not an ugly, clunky-looking film.
That's right.
It just didn't work because of the tone and the.
I was
story
about to mention
stupid.
that comment. The Looper one. Nathan mentions Looper. I haven't seen it. I've heard that it's good. Well, I've heard that it's okay, and it's okay. You know, but from a directing standpoint, I've heard that it's fine. And it's, you know, nobody's saying that Rian Johnson can't direct a movie.
And his episodes of Breaking Bad were well received.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's just basically he's putting words in our mouth or trying to put words in our mouth.
Yeah.
Just
exactly true. Who said that?
That aren't true.
Yeah.
Harsh realities that you need to fucking accept. And if you guys actually were open-minded,
I'm going to be tough now.
You would acknowledge that.
Well, if you actually listen to what people said, then you would realize that everything you're saying is crap. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
He just loves having a dig at the fans here, and it's just fucking. Because, okay, by him having a dig at Jeremy, or any really of these Fandom Menace people, by default, he's having a dig at us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
Because all they do is hate for the sake of hate and hate for the sake of profit and attention.
It's not true either.
That's
No.
Because we love it. We hate because we love it and we want it to do well and we want it to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that these people don't understand is if this trilogy was a good trilogy, we would all love it. We wouldn't be sitting here, even if it had a female lead or a whatever. It really annoys me.
Basically, my issue with this statement, and it really caught my attention, was he in that one very brief sentence just dismissed all the arguments that a number of people have been making for years about why certain elements, certain plot details, certain events that occur with characters in The Last Jedi. He dismisses all those arguments and say, basically, you're just hating for the sake of hating, and just swept aside every one of our rational, well-thought, essay-type videos and all that stuff about like why we didn't like The Last Jedi. He just swept it aside, and we're just hating for hate clicks and money, which is just, again, very easy to do. I mean, you can win your argument in your head if you just pretend that the other side made no arguments and they're just hating for the sake of hating, but that has not been the case. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there are some people that are hating it for the sake of hating it. They exist, just like any group has its outliers, of course. But
and of course, there are some people who love it who probably don't really care about it. They're just saying it because they want to be against people who hate it.
That is also true, yes. But like to say that we don't have any legitimate arguments for why we didn't like The Last Jedi and we're just hating it for the sake of hating it, and then this accusation, it always comes down to, you're doing it for clicks and you're doing it for super chats with these people because they're basically just jealous of the clicks and the attention.
That's exactly what they are. Yeah, they're really, really jealous.
It's petty, but like I just could not sit here and be like, okay, I'm not going to let that slide. You're not going to be able to just dismiss all the actual arguments people have made about this movie that are legit. Just dismiss them, don't even address them, and just, you're hating for the sake of hating. It's like the worst argument you could possibly make.
But it's such,
and then he moves on.
But then it's also such an overused term in regards to hating, haters gonna hate, or, you know, toxic. All these terms are so overused that they now mean nothing anyway. Like when this guy says, like, haters, man, you're hating on Jeremy. Everyone's hating. It does, you know, as soon as he says, you know, the haters out there of this Star Wars, well, you're now hating on the haters, apparently. Like, it's such a catch-22 with these fucking idiots because, you know, okay, let's say this guy here, this Willie guy, I'm going to call him Dick. This Dick, if he saw what we were doing here, he'd make a video, like, you know, about us and how we like everyone's going to hate. Like, I'm hating him. I hate him. He's an idiot. I just hate the term. I hate his arguments and all of that sort of shit.
Yes.
It's
him
so
as a person
overused.
he's irrelevant. So I don't assign hate to irrelevant people. So I will not say I hate him. I just hate the arguments he's making are just crap.
Yeah,
because he's not arguing anything. And the whole rest of his video, he will not argue any specific details of The Last Jedi. Nothing about any force powers, the Holdo maneuver. There'll be zero details in the rest of this video actually about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason why they make all these freaking videos repeating the same bullshit and straight up lying and talking about the exact same stuff over and over.
Lying
for attention and profit because they think it makes them appear popular or cool. When the reality of the situation is hating on something popular does not make you cool or look popular. Okay? And also when it comes to Rian Johnson, another thing that the haters love to lie about
I love
is
this.
that he attacked or mistreated people who didn't like The Last Jedi.
But he fucking did. People have receipts. They have screenshots. He deleted a lot of those tweets. He did. I'm pretty sure Ichibaka has like multiple posts on his blog about that.
But also too, just the fact that I know that he didn't create this, but even the fact that the fan tier mugs were made, like,
that's exactly why they were made.
That all started because Rian Johnson came out and called us all man babies. So it made it okay for the fans to insult, for the creators to insult the fans and make them feel like it made it okay.
Can you share my screen?
There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Man babies right there. What are we talking about? We're talking about man babies. Is it possible to separate the term from its bad faith? Yes.
February 20th, 2018. He says, "Don't feed the man baby, Shayna." And Shayna is actually Geek Girl Diva. Ooh, which Ethan does a good voice for. I'm doing a poor job of imitating, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Geek Girl Diva.
But she's responding to a guy, and if you actually go, these tweets still exist. You can still look them up. I did today.
Okay,
they're still there.
They're still there. There was a lot he did delete, though. He did.
Oh, he absolutely did delete it. But then later you see that, you know, when he posted this tweet, what we talk about when we talk about man babies, and that was posted in June. He posted this not as a remark or as a reply to anybody. This was just its own standalone tweet, which he then later tried to say that it had something to do with the Kelly Marie Tran situation.
No, it didn't. There was no Kelly Marie Tran situation. We get it.
Yeah, that was a hoax in and of itself. But he called fans a man baby back in February. This is now June when he says man babies again. Mm-hmm. And then he accuses people of using the term Mary Sue as being misogynist and sexist. The guy clearly did insult fans. He didn't personally attack them in the sense that, like, oh, I'm going to come to your house and kill you. But he did make terrible statements. He did hold up the sign that says your Snoke theory sucks.
Yes, that was going after fans before we even knew he was going after us.
Exactly.
His subordinates were the
fanboy tier mugs.
And at the time that all this was going on, we were also getting barrage from sites like the Mary Sue and stuff like that, and Bleeding Cool and just shit sites like that.
Yep.
Salon accusing Huffington Post accusing everybody who didn't like The Last Jedi of we started off as being a small vocal minority.
Hail Country Casino.
But remember again, we're 50% didn't like the movie. That's his own quote earlier in the video, right? But we were a small vocal minority. That was the narrative. And he absolutely fanned the flames of that narrative. He may have not come out and said a number of the things, but he certainly didn't discount it.
He's also retweeting stuff.
Yes, he was liking, retweeting, things like that. So he was absolutely a part of insulting the fan base. He did initiate it. He's going to deny it.
He initiated it.
Yeah, he will.
But hang on, he initiated enough to the point where it made it okay for other Lucasfilm employees to start doing the same thing. This is the moment that shocked the shit out of me, was how this whole attacking the fans thing just grew momentum, and it all started because of Rian Johnson.
It all started because of Ghostbusters 2016. Honestly, that's where it really kind of was a turning point, where suddenly we're just going to, like, when our movie fails, we're going to blame the fans.
They literally went on Jimmy Kimmel the entire cast and blamed every
to
man and like Geek living in their basement. That's what they did, man babies. And I'm pretty sure they said man babies before he did, but I mean, that's what they did. They would literally, the cast and the director did it on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
And J.J. Abrams himself also made a comment that if you didn't like the movie, it's because you were afraid of strong, powerful women. There's, a quote as to that effect.
Yeah.
So I want to bring up this point by Trey Courtney too, real quick. Say what you will about those Rob Zombie movies. He never went after people who hated his Halloween reboots. They know he didn't. And I know a lot of people, including myself, who hate what he did with that franchise, including John Carpenter, but you didn't see him coming out on social media and shitting all over everybody who hated it.
No, that's right.
Correct.
You don't see these other directors doing that. They take it.
For the most part. I mean, it's rare, particularly on a large scale movie. I think there's some out there that do, and they get roundly, dismissed, and nothing becomes of them.
Yeah,
which is really what should have happened with Rian Johnson.
Exactly.
Why am I not getting volume?
Or attacking them.
Oh, there it is.
He was simply calling them out for acting like fucking children because of the stupid, childish, immature things that they said about The Last Jedi. Okay? Never once does he fucking attack them. Okay? If you look through his Twitter account and his posts about The Last Jedi.
Also, don't forget, when these people say attack, they don't mean physical. They mean if you say, hey, I don't really like that movie, towards them, they're like, oh my God,
that's an attack. Yeah,
you attacked me. You attacked me. Save space time. Save space time. That's exactly what they think an attack.
They consider replying in somebody's Twitter thread as an attack.
I know. Exactly.
Never once does he attack somebody who didn't like it. He's just calling them out for acting like children because they did, okay? He didn't start the hate for this movie. They fucking did, okay? Because the stupid, childish thing that they said, like, oh, Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars, or he raped my childhood with The Last Jedi, or
he raped my childhood with The Last Jedi. This guy can't talk properly.
He doesn't understand how movies work. He doesn't understand Star Wars.
His baby, complaining voice sounds almost just like his regular voice. So it's hard for me to take him seriously and just think to myself, that's probably what you actually sound like behind the scenes when you're crying to your friends that you don't have a lot of subscribers because way more people like The Last Jedi than hated it. And you're from what you're saying here, if that was true, why aren't you at 300 or 200,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So going through his specific quotes, this is where he's like trying to mock us, I guess. His quotes are, Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars. He raped my childhood with The Last Jedi. He deserves to be fired for what he did to Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. He doesn't understand how movies work. He doesn't understand Star Wars. He's not a Star Wars fan. Now, all those criticisms that he's accusing us of having, he considers an attack not based on what we think of the movie. Those are all critiques of the movie. None of them are ad hominem personal attacks or threats or anything like that.
None of them.
I mean, you could say
that
he raped my childhood with the Last Jedi thing. Like, I didn't really see a whole lot of people saying that at all.
I didn't either.
I tried to find some, and I could only find articles referring to it. I couldn't find actual tweets.
They never had quotes or tweets from anybody because that's their narrative. That's what they say that we say. That's how they present it.
Right.
Not what we actually say. Nobody actually gets on stream or there's videos. Rian Johnson raped my childhood, and that no. People point out the flaws in the film, why they didn't like the film, but then you see the people who are defending the film cannot make a good argument. We have not seen one yet since the movie has come out. Not one video has come out that's legitimately claimed great arguments against what we're saying.
Oh my god!
Right. So when he says
sorry,
he deserves to
I hate all the chat. You're making me laugh. It's so good. Sorry, continue.
Well, you're good. Yeah, chat's doing.
When he says he doesn't understand how movies work, he doesn't understand Star Wars. He's not a Star Wars fan. Those are reasons for Rian Johnson. That's justification in Willie's mind here for Rian Johnson to call them man babies. So literally, if you say, Rian Johnson, I don't like your movie, you don't understand Star Wars, and you're not a Star Wars fan, that is an attack that warrants his response of calling us a man baby. Mm-hmm. Just keep in mind that was our attack. That's his examples that he gives.
That's his logic.
Fact of the matter is, all those are your points of view. Okay, those aren't facts. Those are just your fucking opinions. Okay,
and they reported them as their opinions.
Attack.
But they also reported the facts that he did actually attack the fans because he fucking did. He's trying to say that Rian Johnson never did this, but he fucking did. The evidence is clear. You cannot unsee what we have seen, you fucking moron.
And here again, he's citing Rian Johnson's own tweet. I have never once, not one single time ever, attacked someone for just liking the movie. Just not liking the movie. Show me a tweet where I do that. I have never have, and I never would. But if someone is an abusive asshole, I have zero hesitation in calling them an abusive asshole.
So he's just contradicted himself, Rian Johnson. Of
course he has, because
saying he's never done it. But if somebody attacks me, I'm of course going to attack them back.
This was also after he deleted a shit ton of tweets.
Correct. But you can still find examples of him actually going after people for saying they literally just did not like the movie.
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
But I didn't do it not once. Okay. This is his proof. Rian Johnson
not just
not one time.
I can't talk properly because I can't open my mouth and my tongue gets in the way between my teeth.
And why are you not centered on why are you so off center? I think he's just wanting to show off his poster collection.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to his arguments.
Man babies, but they fucking deserve to be called that because that's exactly what they were acting like. The things that
he never did it, but then he fully admits that he called them man babies, but that's okay because we deserve it.
Yeah.
Where's your examples, though? Where's your examples?
They said about The Last Jedi were essentially things that a man baby would fucking say, okay? Because of what they said about him, ruining Star Wars or ruining or raping their childhoods, which ironically are the same fucking things they said about George Lucas back when he was in charge after the prequels were made.
Lucas and prequels?
Somebody's getting a fuzzy ball sack.
He really, really actually has no idea what the fuck he's talking about now because he's trying to say that these people have, he's basically doubling and tripling down on the fact that Rian Johnson didn't do anything wrong. Mm-hmm. And then he's saying that it's okay for him to call us man babies for having our opinions.
Well, he's also trying to conflate that everybody that's currently a sequel hater is a hypocrite because they hated George Lucas's prequel movies too, which is provably false. There's a number of people in our community who have made numerous videos and stated multiple times and cited evidence that they were actually fans of the prequels, but didn't like the sequels.
Yeah.
So he's trying to paint us all as we were all prequel haters too.
But he's trying to generalize us all so much that we're all the one person. Basically, the entire fandom menace is one big brain. And we don't think any differently from each other. Mm-hmm. That's the point.
We're only hating for hate's sake.
That's right, and for clicks and money.
Ryan Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy, and now they want George Lucas back, which proves beyond a reasonable doubt that these fucking haters are hypocrites. Yet they'll deny it till the day they die.
Oh, there we go. The left can't meme.
Yep.
It's not supposed to be a fucking book. It's supposed to be quick and it's supposed to be funny. And this is not funny.
This guy, he's a fucking dickhead. That laugh is so bad. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's so nasally.
Jeremy, John Talks, Mike Zero, Jesse, everybody else in this picture, all these people like the fucking prequels, including Grace Randolph.
It's so funny.
They all like the prequels. Mike Zero is a huge Anakin fan. I mean, how many videos a day does he put out there where he's talking about Anakin or Hayden Christensen hopefully coming back? I mean, he's a huge prequel guy.
He has some words for Mike Zero later in the video.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I love Mike Zero.
He's awful, but awful funny.
He is.
Oh, God, I swear.
How many times do you think you rehearsed that laugh in the mirror?
It's a cringy laugh.
But they'll
it's really
deny
cringy.
it forever. And also,
of course they'll deny it. It's not true.
They say those things, but they said even worse things about Ryan Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy. So much so that
here we go.
Basically made death threats against Ryan Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy, which I've already talked about in one of my previous videos. Okay,
if there's anybody out there who has made any death threats towards these people, whether it be towards the actors, towards these directors, even though they're fucking morons, towards Kathleen Kennedy, even though she is the worst leader ever, she really has been the driving force of destroying Star Wars. If anyone out there has thrown death threats out there, shame on you, and you're a fucking idiot yourself.
But I don't
think anyone within the fandom menace.
Exactly, Trey Corney. Where is this evidence at? He's not showing
anyone.
Any evidence.
That's right. He's not showing anything. He's
going to show 2 tweets.
This is where that whole saying of assuming makes an ass out of you and me. Like he's assuming everything based on. I'm wondering if he's ever actually watched one of Jeremy's full videos or one of Anna's full videos. It looks to me like he's only ever read the title of their video and gone, "Oh, look at what they're saying."
Oh yeah, probably. That's what a lot of them do, though. They do the same shit with Mahler and Rags and EFAP. They don't watch anything that they do. They just talk about what they think they do.
Well, there you go. Nathan's saying he was told to go to fucking kill himself because he didn't like the Disney trilogy. Like, what the fuck?
I believe it. I believe it.
They're the ones telling us to go and kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we didn't like it. I know, like, anyway, it's fucking stupid.
He's actually gonna show 2 tweets, but before we even show them, there's what people define as a death threat on Twitter also is something that needs to be addressed. So
it's saying
raging Ryno should die. He's so stupid. Is not a death threat. It is a statement saying it is not a nice thing to say.
No, but it's a statement.
It's a horrible thing to say, but it is not a. I'm going to Raging Ryno. I know where you live, and I'm going to come kill you.
Kill you exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a difference there, or saying, hey, somebody should somebody should hit Kathleen Kennedy with a bus.
But even still, just saying that, like exactly like you're saying, for me to come out and go, Lost Jedi, you're so dumb, you should just die. Like, even to come out and say something as stupid as that is pathetic in itself. I mean,
right?
It's hiding behind your keyboard, basically, isn't it?
Look at fucking Raylos.
And when people do it in our community, because I have seen people make horrible or horrific statements. I see them get dogpiled to shit and ratioed to shit by members of our own community.
Yep.
Telling them that that's not an acceptable thing and that doesn't represent what we believe in here. This is not, we can't control who uses our hashtag. Or who claims that they're fandom menace.
It's so funny that the own community, we govern it ourselves. There's no one governing body who governs how the fandom menace is allowed to talk or allowed to speak or anything like that. We all have our freedom of speech. But at the end of the day, if something does go against what the Fandom Menace stands for, the other members of the Fandom Menace, you can damn sure guarantee that they're going to call you out.
Yeah. Yes, we've condemned it. I've seen them condemn it. I've condemned it myself. It happens. It's when somebody makes a whack job statement that's inappropriate or crosses the line, they get put into check by other members of the community. It's not an acceptable behavior. It doesn't represent how we all feel. But when you take a hashtag movement, particularly a hashtag, because there's no membership card, there's no gatekeeping in a community that's just a hashtag. Anybody can claim in their bio that they're part of the Fandom Menace and act however they feel like it. I have no personal control of them. I can't report them to Twitter saying, hey, they're not really Fandom Menace.
Yeah,
I'm telling on them. There's no control. So you cannot judge an entire large group of people by the behaviors of its worst elements or worst supposed elements. I mean, they're probably not even real actual members because they don't typically hold the values that we have. So, but it's easier. I mean, for the sake of argument, you could just take it, cite a couple examples here of the most extreme dumb things that people say. And to be fair, we do the same thing with Raylos, and I think it's unfair too. The shit that Raylos say, like,
but they say some nasty shit to people. Nasty shit.
They do, but it doesn't. I don't think when they do, it reflects all of Raylos. It reflects the individual.
It doesn't. No.
I think some of our community try and also portray it that way, and I don't think that's a fair argument either. We do. There's people on our side of the debate that make those generalizations as well. You want to, you get some whack job Raylo that says some really awful weirdo stuff.
Yeah,
and be like, oh, that's just all Raylos are weird. No, that Raylo's weird, or that Raylo's wrong. We do it too. It's an easy way. It's a cheap argument to make, and it's easy argument to make. So people reach for the easiest, closest weapon to bludgeon somebody with, and that's what he's doing here. And he's going to cite two people that I'd never heard of, and he's going to show their tweets.
Threatened to murder Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, there's no fucking proof of that. Or really? Dig deep into YouTube and Facebook comments, and you'll see that many times Last Jedi haters made those threats again.
Then why didn't you screenshot them?
Okay, I even have screenshots of a few examples of that. One says Kathleen Kennedy needs to fucking lynch herself, or Ryan.
Okay, saying somebody needs to lynch themselves is not a death threat.
No,
correct. Johnson, that piece of
shitty thing to say, but
to be murdered.
Yep.
That's over the line and unacceptable.
Absolutely.
Those are not fucking things.
But can I ask, sorry, who was that from? Okay.
It was from some random Facebook post on a page, most likely, where somebody's just being an asshole. Because, just like
no one knows,
I said, it doesn't.
Or anything,
yes, correct? You can be hashtag the Phantom Menace in your Twitter bio and say this nasty shit, and doesn't mean it represents the entire group of people or the people that this guy's going to be pointing out here in the video.
Yeah.
You're talking about, he's going to bring up Anna, Jeremy, all these guys. Okay, so if you're really going to, these big people are the head of the Phantom Menace or big parts of the Phantom Menace, what about what they're supposed to be saying that you're saying that we're saying? You're like taking little screenshots from Facebook groups that I've seen myself where I've commented on, like, hey, that's not appropriate because I've seen some nastier shit than that. But it's just that it's the internet. You're going to see that somewhere in any dark corner of any fandom. That's just how it works. Doesn't matter.
Can I also just point out that realistically, there was only really one big Fandom Menace YouTube channel that I noticed that was actually calling for a boycott. And that was probably, I think, Doomcock in a way was with the whole without respect, we reject sort of thing. But he wasn't necessarily even calling for a boycott. No. But this is the thing. There were what my point with that is that there were big Fandom Menace channels out there that were even saying, I'm not telling you to boycott this movie.
Correct.
But we are saying that the best way to vote is with your wallet. It's a completely different thing. It's like trying to say, I'm going to come and kill you, or you should just die because you're an idiot. There's a difference in the phrasing of that.
People saying that I'm going to boycott this movie myself. You do what you want to do is not somebody telling somebody to boycott a film, which is what some people have done, saying, well, I'm not going to see it personally. I don't care what you guys do, but remember, vote with your wallets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think it's necessarily bad to say, call for a boycott or something.
You can do whatever you want. Just because you say
like
something like that doesn't mean that you're not making him not go to the movie. You're not saying by me saying I want to boycott the movie, you're not telling this guy you can't see it.
Yeah.
We're not telling you do what you want. Go see it 20, 30 times, whatever you want.
Right. And here's the big thing. Here's the big thing, and I just want to get into this briefly about cancel culture. There's people confuse the two way too much. I just got to get this off my chest really quick. Mm-hmm. Cancel culture and boycotts are different things. So when there's a boycott, it's a consumer movement to stop purchasing a product until they get the behavior of the product that they want. It is a grassroots effort, and it expects people to vote for their wallets. Now, if you have enough numbers to make that impact, good for you. If you don't win. The company doesn't give you what you're demanding.
Correct.
The difference is cancel culture doesn't say, hey, Raging Ryno, Geek Blend, vote with your wallets. If I'm a cancel culturist, I go to the theater chain and tell them you can't air the movie that Ryno and Geek Blend wants to see. That's cancel culture. There's a difference. It's not you making a decision on what you are going to purchase personally. It is you dictating access for somebody else. Like that thing is, I deem this thing over here bad, therefore you shouldn't get to have it. Even if you do want to vote for your wallet, you shouldn't even get that choice. You don't get to vote, Raging Ryno and Geek Blend, on this movie. I'm going to take away your right to vote by taking away the movie at its source. That's cancel culture. Yeah, that's unacceptable. Boycotts are perfectly acceptable. They're consumer movements. Of course, that's how capitalism works. Every time you make a purchase, you are voting with your wallet. If it's a crap product, you stop buying it. Now you don't make a video about it necessarily, or go and scream naked at the sky and on the streets of with a whole bunch of other people, but you just stop buying it. You just go, okay, that product sucked. It wasn't worth the money. I'm gonna buy something different. That's still a vote with your wallet. Well, and when you tell your friends, hey, this product sucks, I wouldn't buy it. That's not cancel culture either. That's just you informing other people, like, hey, this product isn't what it's advertised. It's not a good value.
See, I was thinking before The Rise of Skywalker came out, and I'm like, okay, I was thinking if this movie makes over $1 billion, yes, it'll mean that the Phantom Menace was right, and it gives us some validation. But in the same token, it's a bad thing if it makes over $1 billion, because it just shows to me that they can still slap Star Wars on anything and people will still go out in droves to see it. And that's where I started going, okay, that's why I need to boycott this. Yeah, my $15 is going to make no difference in the grand scheme of things, really. But it depends on how many people do that. It's like with the next Star Wars movie that does come out, I ain't going to see it. I don't care if they come out and say it's the best story, the trailer looks fantastic, all of this stuff. I ain't not paying to see it.
Right. Which is fair.
Yeah. It is.
And I just want to say on Jeff's World Class Bullshitters stream with that ex-Lucasfilm employee this weekend. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it, but it was fantastic. And even he was saying the best way, like somebody asked a question, if I wanted to write to Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy, is there an address to write to, just to, tell them how I feel about everything? And he even said the best way to tell them how you feel is, and they'll appreciate it enough, is to go and see their movies and go and buy their toys. Like, spend your money, and that's right. How you thank them.
That's how you vote.
That's how you vote, with your money. Yeah. So
your wallet does it.
You wouldn't, if you're a Trump hater, you wouldn't vote for Trump just because it's got Trump written on the top. And, it's vice versa. It goes the other way. You wouldn't vote for the other guy just because, you vote for who you want or what you want. It's the same thing with Star Wars. You put money towards it, they'll be like, oh, look, it made $1 billion. We'll just do it again.
So Nathan says here, so if we use our logic, wouldn't these people be seen as haters for disliking The Rise of Skywalker? So they didn't like The Rise of Skywalker. TLJ lovers didn't. So are we going to have to go after them and make videos about them being haters?
See, that's the other thing too.
That's
Have you
their
even
logic.
noticed any Phantom Menace people coming out and saying that these people are like doing what this guy's doing towards him? No. Because what's again, this guy talks about how that these guys are out there getting hate clicks and stuff like this just to make money. Mate, why are you making this video? So that all the fans of Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy, the Phantom Menace can come out and do exactly sort of what we're doing. Watch you, get the clicks, get the money, get the views. It's so ridiculous. Hey, Gilk man.
The Gilk man is in the chat. Hey, Gilk man.
Birthday
How you doing? Thanks for coming by. Yes. Hope you've had a great birthday weekend, man. This Willie guy, he said this Willie guy makes me disgusted. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll see multiple times more in this video that he can't make good points. Like earlier, Nathan said the same thing. Here's a few examples, 2 of them.
Yeah. And they're not even people that he's really attacking in this video. It's not like they were a tweet from Jeremy or a tweet from Anna or a tweet from Jesse or a tweet from Ethan or any of these people. These people that he showed examples of were nobodies. I've never seen them before. And I'm in a lot of chats, in a lot of different Phantom Menace streams and channels and this and that. I've never seen these names before.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's because he's going on random Facebook groups where people are just talking shit because you see a lot of them didn't have avatars. Yeah. So it's not really, it's just, we never can tell with some of these accounts.
Right.
Nice job, Nathan. I saw the Rise of Skywalker using a Regal gift card that I redeem reward points. Wasn't giving them my money for trash. Yeah. I went to a free screening, so I'm with you.
I sell ICs.
Gilkman said he had a great birthday. That's awesome to hear. Good to hear, man. Good to hear.
Hell.
Shall we continue?
Yes.
Happy birthday, by the way, Gilkman.
Yes.
Okay. Those are things that an immature fucking child would say. Just a straight up bully or asshole would say those fucking things. Okay? Not a fan. Okay. Only a fucking troll would say and believe those things.
And they probably were trolls.
Not a fan. Fans do not think or talk like that. Only Star Wars fans, and I use the term fan loosely because they really aren't fans. But really,
so hang on a second. He's just again contradicted himself right there by saying these people aren't Star Wars fans. Like, okay, we can sit here and say the same thing about you. You're not a Star. I hate this. You've seen my video, the damage. I hate hearing a Star Wars fan say to another Star Wars fan, "You're not a Star Wars fan." Before this trilogy came out, we were essentially mostly united. Yes, people had their different opinions on the prequels. People had their different opinions on this and that. But at the end of the day, we were mostly united with most of the plot points and story points of the story that we had. And you cannot. I'm not sitting here saying that this guy's not a fan. Look at the posters he's got on the wall. Nobody goes and buys these posters and gets them framed if they're not a Star Wars fan. I will say this guy is a Star Wars fan, but
unless he's in somebody else's house.
But the way he's trying to look at this new trilogy is twisted. It doesn't make any sense. And again, he even said earlier that it's got its flaws, but he's willing to, for some stupid reason, look past those massive gaping plot holes and massive gaping character development flaws and all of this kind of stuff just because he likes it and because he wants to like it.
Yeah, and I'll say it again.
I'm not going to say that this guy's not a Star Wars fan, but essentially he's saying right there that I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm sorry, but buying all of this stuff here is just like you having all of that stuff there.
Yeah, that's right, Nathan.
Well, even then,
so fucking stupid.
Just purchasing items doesn't measure your personal love of it either.
Correct.
So not everybody is going to have the ability or the means to
absolutely. Those kind of things. Completely agree with you.
Or the desire. The funny thing is like earlier in the video, he said specifically that he knows people in his personal life that hated The Last Jedi, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did those people he know say that Kathleen Kennedy or Rian Johnson deserved to die or be killed?
I was waiting for him to say something like that.
Because then, if they didn't, then he already knows through his own personal experience with the people around him that not everybody who dislikes The Last Jedi want or participate in death threats and do not represent all the haters. Like
he doesn't have any friends that he goes to. He goes to the movies with his mom.
He knows
his mom to go see Star Wars.
He knows for sure, again, in his own personal life, that not everybody who dislikes the movie is that way or tweets things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So he's being disingenuous. He knows he's being disingenuous because he has personal experience in his own life that he admitted to earlier in the video, stating,
Nathan, you're not the only one. You're not the only one here that's a hater. Everyone in this chat right now is a hater.
We're all man babies and we're sexist misogynists.
I live in my mother's basement and make click videos and hate videos.
Me too. Just for money and clicks.
Yeah.
And we have no reason or logical cause to hate the sequel movies. We just hate them because.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not like we make actual arguments and points against the like I've said this before and I'll say it again. People can call me a bully or a gatekeeper. If you like The Last Jedi, you've legitimately like it, and you grew up in the original trilogy, and you were a huge fan of the original trilogy, and you loved Luke Skywalker, that was your favorite character, you cannot like The Last Jedi. It doesn't make sense for you to like that movie. Because of what they did with that character. If you were a fan of that character, you know that's not what Luke would do. We all know that. We all make arguments against it because we can't. I mean,
but again, it brings me back to the whole.
I think I'll disagree with you there. I think they can. They just can't do it and say that they're consistent.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll go with that. I'm good with that.
I totally agree with what Jeff was just saying in regards to like Star Wars theory. You can't tell me that you're a massive Anakin fanboy. I am too. Anakin's my favorite character. And you can't like the Rise of Skywalker. You can't like the trilogy because of what this sequel trilogy does to Anakin's.
It really fucks up Anakin's arc, yeah.
And this is what I just don't understand. Like, call it shilling, call it whatever you want to call it. I just don't get that.
You can't either. You just can't call yourself consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can have wildly varying, completely random feelings about particular movies. You can't say that they're based on a consistent. You can't say you're measuring them equally.
But okay, I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt for a second here. I'm going to play a bit of devil's advocate here. So he likes he likes The Last Jedi. I hate The Last Jedi. He calls himself a Star Wars fan. I call myself a Star Wars fan. Now, if the whole point, I can't even get my words out right, because even if, let's say, what my whole thing is, he's coming from a place of love in regards to he wants people to see his point of view of this new Star Wars, right? Now, I'm also coming to a place of love when I say this is trash Star Wars. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Now, I think I'm right, but he also thinks he's right. Mm-hmm. So this is where this riff, like everyone talks about, has been created within the fandom that was never there before. Despite the people that liked or disliked the prequel trilogy, it was
never like this.
Never like this.
No, what it is, and I've alluded to this in a previous video, is that he exhibits the classic behaviors of a tryhard fan.
Yep.
So he internalizes criticism towards his subject of fandom as a personal attack on him.
Yeah.
And he's defending it as if it's a personal attack on him. Mm-hmm. So for somebody to not like The Last Jedi and to voice their opinions, create videos, and do essays about it is a personal attack on something that he likes. And he will defend the property regardless of the quality of the property because he can't separate it. He's incapable of distinguishing good from bad. He's interested in the title. He's been so sold that Star Wars is great that he cannot possibly acknowledge or accept that it's not, because it's personal for him. So he's not a diehard fan. He's a tryhard.
Yeah,
he's not a casual. He certainly seems to be very into the subject matter, but it's a personal thing, and when you make it that personal, you can't objectively look at something.
You can't separate yourself from what's being said.
You don't hold it to a set of consistent standards, because to do so would be to let go of that connection that you have. You don't hold Star Wars to a higher standard. You're willing to accept a lower standard of Star Wars as long as it's still called Star Wars, because that's part of your identity. You're part of who you are as a Star Wars fan. So to abandon that is to abandon yourself almost. It's a weird behavior that tryhards have.
Don't get me wrong. In saying what I was saying before, I do want to say that I don't think that, how I was saying, I hate it when Star Wars fans say to other Star Wars fans that they're not a Star Wars fan because they don't like it or because they like it. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand how anyone can like The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, or any of this Disney stuff that they're giving us, who is a true Star Wars fan. I just don't like the fact that this has actually become a thing.
Yeah, I would still say that you can. Tryhards are still true fans. It's just they won't hold it to a standard. Yeah.
Yeah, you explained that tryhard thing and everything in one of your videos, which was really good.
Yeah, they're loyal to the brand name, not the product.
Yeah,
I guess is the most simple way to say it. Is they're sold on the brand. The brand can never fail. Any attack on the brand is an attack on him.
Yeah.
It's so funny how stupid it is. It's just, anyway, let's continue.
Oop, we jump back.
It's very...
Uh-oh.
We need to jump forward again.
Go ahead.
About 6 minutes or something? 7 minutes?
Fan would say, okay, those are things that an immature Star Wars
you're right.
fans, they're kind and funny and really sweet, genuine, dedicated people. And another reason why...
Do you not know what fandom is?
That they're the majority.
You're trying... Okay, so not every Star Wars fan has to be sweet and caring and loving and kind. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Have you not been inside a fandom for very long? I mean, go to a Marvel fandom area. Those fucking people are just awful to each other. Not everybody is like that. No one is going to like every single thing that property does.
Yeah.
Nobody. You're never going to have every single person is going to be warm and fucking fuzzy. It's not happening. That's a fucking dream world. I guess that's what they want.
Majority of the Star Wars fan base is because they have big followings and have a lot of subscribers, like Geeks Plus Gamers or that Star Wars girl, for example.
Geeks Plus Gamers.
Really, that doesn't prove anything. Your numbers just don't prove shit, okay?
That just broke a lot of mathematicians' hearts. Your numbers don't prove shit. Okay.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really actually does. Yeah.
I think facts trump your opinion, buddy.
Yeah, feelings anyway.
No, okay? Just because you have a lot of supporters and subscribers does not mean you represent the majority of the Star Wars fan base. Now,
no, it can mean though you do represent a lot of the Fandom Menace fan base.
But you do with your 200 subscribers.
Yeah.
That compete, and you're going against people like Anna, 160, Jeremy 230, Doomcock 160, 170,
Gary,
Neurotic, Gary with 300 to almost 400,000 subscribers, world class bullshitters. So you're saying that your side represents the majority when you have the smaller numbers. Even go look at some of these other YouTubers that EFAP has covered that are bigger, quote unquote, bigger channels. They still have under 10,000 subscribers. Most of them, some even under 5,000 subscribers. They don't have a big majority or a bigger channel that they look up to, like Jeremy or Geeks and Gamers, that have almost 300,000 subscribers, like Doomcock. Like
but even let's say the Angry Joe Show, for example, they have 3 million subscribers. Their review of The Last Jedi was hilariously funny because they tore it to shreds.
Yeah.
They have 3 million subs.
Yeah. So does that represent the fandom? What represents the fandom? Does it?
This is the thing. Just because a person has
to say
opinion,
something represents the fandom?
Well, I don't think that anything that I make in any of my videos represents any part of the fandom but my own.
That's what opinion. I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
One person in the entire fandom is what my videos represent. That's it.
Yep.
And the argument I think that a number of the people would make regarding subscribers, because I mean, the point is like, there's, again, nobody's done a scientific measurement of who owns what percent of this particular fan base, or how many people are even in the fan base as a total. Yeah. Plus, not everybody is part of the fan base even participates in YouTube or watches YouTube videos. I mean, they watch cat videos, but they don't watch essays about Star Wars.
Well,
you know, it doesn't reflect the fandom on either side, but based on the numbers of subscribers. However, it does say that there's more than just a small vocal minority when you have channels that do approach the 100,000, 200,000 number. That's not a small number, even in YouTube terms. Yeah. When you have Phantom Menace channels that are achieving those kind of numbers, and their videos are coming out or their live streams come out, I mean, like, you know, Nerdrotics and Doomcock show, you can't even read the chat. It goes by so damn fast because there's so many people in it. I mean, clearly they represent a sizable number of us in the fandom, in the fandom. Don't know what percent that is, but you can't dismiss it. The evidence is clearly there. The numbers are there that they represent at least something. So it's not just them doing it. You don't get to make the argument that you're just doing it for rage clicks and then try and say that the number of clicks don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
just on Kitty Bear's point there in the chat in regards to what he was just saying about Joker.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly right. No one in the Phantom Menace is going to go, oh, Kitty Bear, you're a fucking idiot because you don't like the Joker.
That's right.
You don't know what you're talking. You don't understand cinema because you don't like the Joker. It was to me, the Joker, it dragged a little bit. Yeah, I'll completely agree that it was a little bit on the boring side. I enjoyed it personally, but that doesn't mean that Kitty Bear is cast out because he didn't like it. It's such a ridiculous. What they try and project the Phantom Menace to be is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Really ridiculous.
Yeah.
I have a confession when it comes to Joker.
What?
Never seen it, and I never desire to see it. I have no interest in the movie at all.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
It's like it doesn't look like a movie. It's not my kind of movie. It's not something I want to sit down and enjoy. It looks depressing as hell.
Yeah, that's not funny that you say that.
I watched it
with a mate of mine. And he said, "Man, I just didn't really enjoy that." And I was sitting there going, "Man, that was awesome." And he's going, "What do you like about it?" I just said to him, "I liked how twisted it was." And he goes, "That's exactly what I didn't like about it." You know, it's a difference of opinion. There's nothing wrong with having a difference of opinion. Hey, Lethal, how you doing, man?
What would you disagree on, Lethal? Silence.
Sorry, what did you say?
I was asking Lethal. He says, I disagree on that. That absolutely definitely happens. I'm not sure what he's referring to.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lost there too. Lethal, elaborate on what you're talking about, man. Anyway, let's sort of continue while we wait for him to hopefully respond.
Now, for another example of a topic that the haters love to lie about or twist facts about is Kathleen Kennedy and her supposed feminist SJW agenda that she's supposedly infusing Star Wars with.
When she wears a shirt that says the Force is female, you can basically pull that as proof.
Or she cites an interview after interview about strong female empowered women and that Rian Johnson knows how to write for empowered women.
And that
she won't shut up about it.
And that she pretends to know what she's talking about when it comes to Star Wars.
That's right.
That there's no source material. There is so much evidence against Kathleen Kennedy. Again, it's so funny because even before he made this video, there was a lot of evidence.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Sorry, I'm just reading Lethal's. Yeah, right.
I'd say majority of my online criticism reviews comes from Phantom Menace.
Let's go.
That's interesting. I mean, there are definitely, there's your diehards on the Marvel side. The Ahsoka debate was a little contentious on Twitter the last few days.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know if I'd classify that as abusive, though. I mean, some of it has been. I've seen some people that are out of line.
Yeah.
And just, they won't debate on, the actual things, but.
It's going to happen in every fandom. There's going to be some people who don't like some people say about other things what they like. That's just going to be how it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain sacred cows that if you criticize in this fandom group, or that you're going to get some shit piled on you for.
Absolutely, yeah.
That
is definitely true.
I'll say it. Everybody wants to pile on me. Consoles are baby toys. Any gaming is done on the PC. Everything else is for infants. There you go. Hate me for that. PC Master Race forever. Nintendo is garbage. And Mario Kart sucks.
I'm not a big Nintendo fan either at all. No, it's just there. I can't see paying for a console like that where I'm not going to be playing much of the games that are on there, but maybe like 2.
The only time it's acceptable. The only time it's acceptable to use a controller is for a racing game. Everything else is WASD and mouse and keyboard.
See, I can't do the mouse. Even when I do play on my Mac or PC, I can't do the mouse.
Get used to WASD. It's so much more efficient. But yeah, you want to see some nasty threads get into console wars between.
Oh my god, it's really bad.
Now there's some toxic fandom right there, man.
And you know what? You're entitled to you're absolutely entitled to your opinion about PCs. A lot of people have the same opinion. I don't like Xbox. I don't like. I used to. I prefer PlayStation, and I do have Steam. I have games on my Mac. I play games on my Mac still. Doesn't mean I'm one or the other, but I do prefer console. Hey, Steven, how you doing, man? Welcome back.
Yeah, we're gonna cause some fights here about PS4. I mean, it's usually the PS and X. It's the PlayStation, Xbox people that are the most.
Usually is. Yeah.
They typically are the ones that butt heads the most, and then it's just us PCMM, PC Master Racers just kind of pick off the weak little, the gazelles on the plains after they get done fighting.
And the thing is too, like Nintendo's its own like animal because you can't really kind of compare it with Xbox or PlayStation because it has its own set of fans and it's more the Mario stuff and the Mario Kart and all the different Mario games and Zelda. So it's a different kind of style versus PC or Xbox versus PlayStation. It's completely different.
Oh yeah, the titles too. By the way, the PC has the most exclusive titles. That's
well, yeah, of course. That's exactly right, and it always will. Because you can update your PC all the time.
That's one of the beauties of it.
Yes,
we're getting derailed. This is a good example, though. This is a good example of how like fandoms. There can be the banter, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like brutal. I'm not going to be like, "Fuck you, Jeff. I hate you. You're fucking Xbox fanboy simp." And then,
how many times have we been on Discord? Us 3.
Yeah,
and Lost Jedi. You don't like Mandalorian. You don't like Baby Yoda. I like Mandalorian. I'd like Baby Yoda, but we don't.
And he doesn't like the Clone Wars. And he doesn't like the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
I like the Clone Wars. He doesn't really like Ahsoka. I like Ahsoka. There's
Nathan says I'm going to kill everybody who says Xbox or PC.
PC, yeah.
That's toxic fandom.
Who's got the better controller, Xbox or PlayStation?
I'm gonna screenshot that and send it to Willie. He's gonna he's gonna add it to his little list. He's gonna have
his next
3
video.
tweets.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
I would say controller wise, my favorite controller that's ever been around was Dreamcast.
I'm an Xbox man.
I like the Xbox controller and I like the PlayStation controller. There's things I like about both of them. I'm not going to say one is better than the other because for when I get on an Xbox and I play Halo, I expect those controls on the Xbox controller. Same thing when I play stuff on PlayStation. It's like it just works. They both work well. They both fit in your hand really well. Of course, the original Xbox controller that was like the size of a fucking tank in your hands until they made the mini version of it was a little bit rough to do, but it wasn't horrible. It was trying to emulate the Dreamcast controller, and it didn't do it.
Yep, I'll take my gaming mouse with thumb buttons on it. Thank you.
And there's some really great looking gaming mouses too.
Yeah.
Nathan, really what did you do? What the fuck did you do? He's even written whoops in the chat. Oh, yes.
No, I think like this is a good example. I mean, we're getting sidetracked, but it is a good example of like,
it's funny.
There are fandoms and we can piss on each other and it's still not like, this guy's like ready to literally like start crying over it.
I swear to God, he's
look at his face.
Man.
Like halfway through the video, there's many moments where he's like he's on the verge of crying about like literally crying, and it's just like fandoms give each other shit. The Ahsoka fans give the non-Ahsoka fans shit, and vice versa. Same with the Baby Yoda, all that stuff. It's it's part of being in a fandom. The same shit happens with sports. People rip on the team or or division in the team. I mean, I'm from Green Bay, so of course I'm a Packer fan. Fuck Bear fans.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you though,
we don't need to fuck Bear fans. They fuck themselves.
How many of you two and in the chat have had friends where you've gotten into almost fist fights over sporting events?
Yep.
Literally 2 hours later, you're cool.
Yep.
That's fucking sports.
No, not
not even 2 hours, like less.
Yeah, maybe like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You
just
exactly. Ryan and Jeremy arguing over the DC.
Oh my God. Oh
yeah.
Last week.
Perfect example.
They're doing it right now on Gaming with Geeks, but they're both like, fuck you, fuck off. Like, it's hilarious.
And they were being essentially serious to each other, but at the end of the day, it's still in good fun, in good spirits, and they can.
It wasn't rooted in deep-seated personal hatred.
That's right, and they can get over it and just be like, "All right, cool, we shake hands, go our separate ways," and on that topic, and that's it. That's just the way it is.
I mean, it wasn't personal. I mean, it feels like it at the time, maybe, but like even then, it's like
not.
It's not. That's just how people interact. That's how fandoms work.
I've seen Gary and Jeremy have arguments.
Oh God,
yeah, they all do.
Yeah,
they all do. We have arguments. I mean, it's normal part of fandom. Like I don't want to hang around people that are just gonna fucking mimic and mirror everything I say.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir.
We can also bring up Wolf and Rags, Mauler and Rags. I mean,
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we should have that music playing in the background that Mauler plays when Wolf and Rags are going at it. That elevator music and stuff, because we go back and forth. But I mean, that to me represents. That's actually a good part of fandom. I don't think it's a toxic thing. I don't think it's something that's rooted in deep-seated hatred. Like I said, this guy, I don't hate this guy. I mean, he's wrong. His opinions, his logic is flawed.
Lyndon, North Melbourne are trash. Fight me.
No, they're not. That's my fucking team. No, North Melbourne are the best.
Well, it's like I'm a Manchester United fan, and I have a best friend who's a Liverpool fan. We get into it all the fucking time, all the time. But we still laugh about it like 5 minutes later.
And it doesn't mean that you're not friends.
Soccer is trash.
See, I even say that too.
I'm not big on soccer either.
I didn't used to like soccer. I played soccer when I was younger, but then like my ex was British and her brother-in-law her brother who became one of my best friends, like he got me into it. So, and I've been into it ever since.
Yeah, there's I can't stand baseball, but like I don't hate people who like baseball.
Exactly. Fucking oath, United. Exactly, Lyndon. Exactly. Fucking oath. Yes.
All right, let's get back to this guy.
Go for it.
I forgot where he was.
Not factual. That's just your freaking opinion and just your point of view, as Obi-Wan Kenobi would say. Okay? And the reason that they make that claim, the reason that they think Kathleen Kennedy is trying to put some feminist extremist agenda into Star Wars is because in one picture she's wearing a shirt that says the Force is female, or because she's advocating.
Why'd you put that up and take it down so quickly? It's because you didn't want to show your point and prove our point. That's what you wanted to do. I mean, and the fact that, like you said, Lost Jedi, in multiple interviews, she's said the strong female characters, like Rian Johnson, can write strong female characters, and it's continually talking about strong female characters. And look at all the leads in all the Disney films that have come out so far.
Or the panels that they had, the names of the panels that they had at Celebration. Like,
oh gosh, they had the Rainbow panel, they had the Women in Star Wars panel.
Exactly. You know, made a big thing about, you know, how many people were cosplaying as Rey and everything, and you know, they got to get, you know, they were going after a female demo. I mean, it's not a one-off thing. It's a combination of all the things that she said in all the interviews, her attitude, and then her actions. It's not based on one T-shirt instance with the Force's female shirt.
Yeah, it's not just that. And people,
the Force's
want to bring up
shirt
that point,
is a perfect graphic illustrating it.
Exactly,
so
because we know
used.
You didn't hear Yoda in the Empire talk about the Force is female. It is. He didn't say that. It's an energy that binds us and surrounds us. It's all over.
Well, this is the other thing that I love.
Female, the Force is the clit you must find.
But the other thing too is that with this new story, this is why I'm loving the fact that we're watching this now, is because the new story that's just come out, this female-centric Star Wars series that they're coming out with, just shits all over his logic right there about the whole Force is female thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of this stuff didn't age too well, did it?
No, it didn't. It didn't. No,
but it's their selling points. It's their marketing. It's what they're saying in interviews. They're the ones pushing it. So if it's not part of what they believe in, or it's not a big deal, then why do they keep bringing it up?
Yeah, correct.
Like
yep.
The evidence is there. You can find a number of it. We'll do his kind of, you know, we're just doing a reaction video, but we'll use his kind of lazy editorializing. It'd be like, there's lots of stuff online. You just need to dig for it.
Just dig for it.
I won't do it and bring it up.
I won't do the work.
My video that I'm making a video about. I'm just gonna let you do it. You do the research.
Yeah, go find a bunch of Kathleen Kennedy interviews where she's talking specifically about the Forces.
She does it a lot.
Female character.
I'll find two examples of two people that probably aren't actually a part of the Fandom Menace, don't know what the Fandom Menace is, and just hate the thing, and you know, threw out some death threats there, and that's as much as research as I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Advocating the creation and addition of more female characters into the universe. Again, that doesn't prove that she's trying to put this ultra feminist agenda into Star Wars. That doesn't prove anything. That's just what she thinks needs to be done. Because, again, fact of the matter is, the first two trilogies barely had any female characters.
Here we go.
Just had one
Here, that's not the point. It doesn't matter how many there are. It doesn't matter how many.
I'm glad Kathleen Kennedy.
Okay. We know, we talked about this last night, Princess Leia taking over her own rescue, being, you know, having the balls to take on Vader, having the balls to take on Tarkin. It doesn't matter how many you have. She was stronger than any of the new ones and any of the new Disney shit. Leia in the original trilogy was stronger and better than all of them.
And then you got Padme. Well,
and Padme in episode 2, for fuck's sake.
This is the thing. Both of those two characters, Leia and Padme, aren't Jedi. They're not Force users. I mean, Leia, yes, she does have the lineage there to be able to do it, but they don't, you know, within the movies that they're in, they don't show any of that, but yet they're still stronger characters, stronger character progression, stronger female character representation, if you want to put it that way, than Rey ever was or could be.
Well, yeah, but they just want to count heads. They want tokens. They don't want actual depth.
I love Joe's comment here. If the Force is female, then the dark side is toxic female energy.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Joe. Great point.
That's true. That's true. You know, he also likes to say that it's just, he says main character specifically, so you can't, you know, he only wants you to think, well, you know, there's only 3 main characters in the original trilogy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really.
Exactly.
It's really
three main
you can't
protagonists.
Three.
I mean,
you can't divide 3 people up into half and half agendas unless you get
the 3 main characters in the Disney trilogy. There's only one woman there too.
Female and a hermaphrodite.
You noticed that too, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
Mon Mothma. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, she looked like she was packing a big old dick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's trans representation.
Yeah, there's. Yeah, she's only the leader of the rebellion, so not a position of not a position of power. Leia's only a senator and, you know, high-ranking
correct
member and founder of the rebellion.
Queen
doesn't count. Padme's the queen, you know, high senator, you know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't count. It's not enough. So we need to insert more female characters because 1 out of 3 is not good enough.
I'd like to.
But Nathan, they don't bring that up. Don't talk about Wonder Woman. Everybody like that. They won't talk about that.
But the other thing that I want to point out, and I want to actually say this specifically about Jeremy, is he loves this character.
Yes.
Loves this character, yet he hates Rey and he hates the trilogy, and it doesn't mean that he's a sexist because he doesn't like those things.
He is.
I know that I'm going a little bit off topic in regards to Kathleen Kennedy saying, you know, what he's saying about her and the whole Force is female stuff. But it's again, it's like we said earlier, this video hasn't aged well at all because everything that he's saying has currently been overridden by certain things. Funko fucking box.
Three fucking Ahsoka things right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I hate women. I hate women, you guys.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
Hate that. But the thing is,
clearly,
who think that, you know, those who think that Kathleen Kennedy is trying to put this ultra feminist agenda into Star Wars aren't understanding what the true definition of feminism is. They're not even acknowledging.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be third wave.
Feminism is when women have the same equal rights as men. Okay, that's the whole freaking purpose of the feminist movement. Okay, the reason why the feminist movement has been a big thing for many years is because, as I'm sure you know, for the longest time, men had all the rights in the world. Okay,
I don't know how old he is.
I was going to ask that.
He's certainly old enough to have gone to school and learned that, you know, women's suffrage is not something that happened.
He's old enough to grow facial hair.
Since Disney bought Star Wars, right? You know, women have been voting for you know,
a long time now.
A century?
Century, yeah.
You know,
but it's like I was also saying on last night's stream. I'm not stopping any women from becoming a critic or becoming a female movie star or a female director or anything. If you want to go and pursue that career, then do it. As far as I know, there's no man in the world that's stopping a woman from doing this. The only thing that stops them from doing it is the fact that maybe that man seems to be a better director. So they've decided to go with that person. It's like the whole Brie Larson argument on the fact that she didn't get a role in a commercial or a TV show or something like this. Some other woman got that role because they were casting for a female. So just the fact that you got a letter from some toxic male that was sitting on the other side of the fucking bench while you were doing your audition, like, it's just so dumb. The whole argument is so fucking stupid.
Or how about this just very simple fact is that I mean, realistically, prior to Star Trek and Star Wars, the realm of science fiction was super dominated by men and women, not because men excluded women, because women weren't interested in it. Right. And it was things like Star Trek and Star Wars that got them interested. But there's a lag behind that. You know, a 5-year-old girl who gets into Star Wars doesn't suddenly start directing movies. She's got to grow up and go to film school and everything. It takes time for these trends to take effect.
But not only that, a 5-year-old girl is more interested in things like maybe My Little Pony or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some of them legit got into Star Wars because it was Star Wars.
I'm not saying that there's not.
And it's because their parents, maybe their dad introduced them, maybe their mom introduced them to him. I mean, that's
where the whole gender thing doesn't really work out for me, because I'm sorry, as a 5-year-old boy, I didn't sit down and watch My Little Pony. It wasn't something that I was interested in watching, you know, or anything like that. I wasn't sitting there watching the Barbie cartoon, something or other that my sister would watch. You know, I'd wait for G.I. Joe to come on or Captain Planet to come on or something like that. And my sister...
Captain Planet, we're going to have to discuss that later.
Yeah, it was cool.
We are going to discuss that later. How dare you?
Captain Planet taught me how to, you know, recycle. My point is like these things.
How dare you?
That too.
My point is these shows are made.
We will never forgive you.
Thank you. Can I finish what I was going to say?
You can go ahead and try.
My fucking point is...
I'm going to go to the baseball game and I'm going to eat a hot dog.
These things...
Sorry. All right, I'll stop.
These things are targeted towards these specific genders. Male and female kids, usually, right? And the male kids aren't usually... going to go and watch the things that are targeted towards the female kids. And this is where the argument again falls flat, because Star Wars, yes, it is for everybody. But if you actually look at the fan base, what is it? 25% maybe a female fan base and the 75%'s male?
Oh, it is still predominantly male.
Yeah, I would say that it's still predominantly male.
But that's by choice, not because we're barring access.
Exactly.
Correct.
That's his point.
Yeah, we're not barring access. There's never been there's not been a barrier for women to participate in Star Wars. Who edited Star Wars?
It was
first movie.
George Lucas's wife.
Yep.
Oh, so it was a person with a penis.
Yeah, well,
no,
maybe.
Maybe.
Oh shit, it was a woman. Yeah.
It was.
Man.
Really quickly, let's talk about agendas really quickly. Okay, so Comic-Con before The Force Awakens came out, they had a panel for the Force Awakens. JJ was there, Kathleen Kennedy was there, Cass was there. You had an Asian man and woman come up to the microphone to ask a question. Like, hey, in the future, do you think you're going to cast more Asian people in Star Wars films so we can get some more representation? JJ's response was, well, yes, but what we need to do is hire people that are best for the role, best suited for that role. Whoever auditions and whoever gives the best for it, that will get the role. It shouldn't be based on skin color or race or gender. Okay. And people blah, blah, blah. And then Kathleen Kennedy does interject. We will hire more Asians. We will hire more women. We will, right after he says what everybody else should say and what they should be saying in Hollywood, like, we will hire on merit. If they're good enough for the job, if they win the audition, they get the job. If it's a role that's for a man or a woman, then they both audition and a man happens to get the role. It's because he did better. Same with the writer. If he has a better script, same with a director. If they have a better vision, same with the producers, same thing. It should be about talent, not race or gender.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't hear anyone hating Leia. Exactly. Yeah. I don't hear anyone hating on Leia. And again, Leia is probably one of my favorite characters in Star Wars.
Here's the problem with Kathleen Kennedy in particular. Kathleen Kennedy knows from her own personal experience that in Hollywood is not a meritocracy. And she knows that because if it was, she wouldn't be in the position she's in.
That's exactly correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she assumes that it is her responsibility to give people the illegitimate leg up that she got.
Yeah, look, Nathan brings up a good point here. Remember when they praised Rose for being the first plus-size character in Star Wars?
Mhm.
They literally called Kelly Marie Tran fat. It's because Ryan put her in a fucking potato sack.
Like she isn't like real skinny, but like she's not fat. For Christ's sake.
Didn't Ryan come out and admit that, like, you know,
she's the kind of girl I would have gone after in high school? That's what he said.
You know,
like that, yeah.
She doesn't belong in the story. Like,
that's why he cast her. That's why he put her there, because she didn't exactly. That's exactly why.
How is that a good movie maker? How is that a good director?
It's not. You can tell he has an agenda. That's called an agenda.
Exactly. But see, people like this guy Dick here, he doesn't see that. He doesn't understand that. Man, if his name's Willie, I'm gonna call him Dick because he's just one big cock. So may as well just call him Dick.
Yeah, that's not fair. Will Gentry's up there. He's Will.
And Will, you know, I wouldn't call Will Willie.
Okay.
No.
Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
And, you know, for decades, women have been marginalized and have, you know, gotten few rights, and that the whole freaking purpose of the feminist movement and why it's still going on today is so that women can get the same rights as men.
They do have that.
It doesn't mean that women are the superior ones and that they should have all the rights and that they are the dominant gender.
And they've had that for a long time.
Yeah, but okay, so why aren't these people bringing up the Middle East and the fact that women do not have rights, that gays are stoned, that women are treated like shit? I mean, why they never bring that up? Just saying.
No, but they'll go film there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What it means is for men and women to have equal rights and so that they're treated fairly. Okay. And another thing that Star Wars haters love to say about Kathy Kennedy is that she doesn't care.
I guess that's the end of that argument.
When in reality,
I guess
not true, because she has said numerous times that us, the fans, are the most important part of Star Wars.
Yeah, but she's just sucking up your ass. She's sucking your little tiny dick, and you're getting off on it.
She's only saying that to the people who like what she's doing.
No, but what she's just trying to. It's like when she said when I don't know. I think it was at some celebration or something when somebody asked Mark Hamill how important his character is or something like this. And then Kathleen Kennedy had to interrupt him and go, he is the most important character to this story. And
he goes, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I was sitting there in that panel. I remember thinking, why would he say it like that? That's fucking weird. I looked down the road at my friend Luke. I'm like,
and then
she came out.
She got really uncomfortable because she thought that he was going to give something away. So she jumped in and said, he is the best. He is the most important person in this movie.
But he wasn't.
Everybody sucked your dick, and they fucking, and you fell for it. It meant nothing. The words that come out of her mouth is publicity to get you off. So that you do jizz in your fucking pants when she says, oh, it's all for the fans. And you're like, oh, I feel so good now because she mentioned me. Oh my God. Fuck off. You fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
It's like a band. Every stop on the tour, they tell the crowd that they're the best city ever.
Yes, like, every time. Yeah.
You know, like, hey, you know, Detroit, you're the best city ever. And then, hey, Chicago, the next day, Chicago, you're the best crowd ever.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And it's, again, you're putting the murderer on the stand and going, did you do it? And then the murderer goes, no. And then he goes, well, then I guess it's not. I guess he didn't do it.
I guess he didn't. He let him go.
He denied it. So I guess that's all there is to it, folks.
Who cares about the DNA under his fingernails and all the, the DNA inside the woman?
Yeah, she said she didn't do it, so it must be true.
Yeah, it's true.
She wouldn't lie.
It's the same thing that people said about all the stuff that came out from behind the scenes of the Rise of Skywalker, and people in the actual Lucasfilm who were posting stuff on Reddit. They were saying that there was so much hate for what Ryan did on the set for Rise of Skywalker from JJ, but then these people kind of like him come out and say, well, JJ said that he liked The Last Jedi in an interview. Well, fuck yeah, he did. You think he's going to come out and say, I fucking hated that movie?
Yeah.
Ryan's a fucking moron?
Yeah.
No. Hell no. They're not doing that publicly.
When
Come
his
on.
name's in the credits as a producer.
Yes, exactly.
Kathleen Kennedy has said multiple times that it's to fans. It's very important. You're a fucking moron.
I know.
You're a fucking moron. Fucking
If it wasn't
30-year-old
for
virgin.
us fans, this franchise would not nearly be as popular or as huge as it is today. Okay.
Of course.
Correct, because of what it was built today.
That are way older than you that are the ones who made Star Wars what it is today. Okay?
Yeah.
Not
exactly.
you, not your TLJ lovers.
How old is this guy?
They're not the ones who carried
Does
it.
anybody know how old this guy is?
Oh, he's got to be in his mid-20s. He looks like he's 14, but he's probably in his mid-20s.
Yeah, okay.
Even though
I'm just thinking he clearly doesn't understand how this fan base was built.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, she has acknowledged that, and so has George Lucas. Okay, and that's another thing.
Okay.
The haters love to say that Lucasfilm and Disney and Kathleen Kennedy completely ignored George Lucas's ideas for episodes 7, 8, and 9.
But he did. Bob Iger said it in a fucking book. Like, he came out and said it. Like, a lot of us, I'm sure, including myself, were thinking, why would you put that in a book? Why would you admit to pissing him off? You know what that's going to do to the fandom. Why would you even put that in your book? Am I wrong?
Just wait till you hear the example.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
When again, that's also not true, because if you dig into it, and in fact, if you look at the book, The Art of Star Wars: The Force Awakens, for example, a lot of Lucas's concepts and ideas did make it into the sequel trilogy, such as the main character of the sequel trilogy being a female, which was George Lucas's idea. Originally, she was named Kira, but then they decided to change her name to Rey. And another idea that George Lucas had for the sequel trilogy that did end up being in the sequel trilogy is Luke Skywalker being in hiding at the first Jedi Temple. Okay, those were confirmed to be a couple of Lucas's ideas that did stay in the sequel trilogy.
Who said those were Lucas's ideas?
Well, even then, it's the gender of the main character. There's a 50-50 shot. It's going to be the same. It's not even. Yeah. It's not named the same. It's just the gender's the same. It'd be like, well, they used Lucas's ideas. That character has eyebrows. This one has eyebrows. It's the same thing. They used his idea. I thought that was just hilarious. Like, they had a 50-50 shot.
Okay, so Nathan says this was made before Bob Iger's book. I want to see when it was released. I'm pretty sure it was released
before
he made this video.
I thought he released this video in November last year.
He did.
Even then, to cite those two examples is like they used his ideas for the book. I mean, the fact that Luke was in hiding.
Yeah, it came out September.
Those are very, very generic concepts. And the gender of a main character is about as generic as it possibly gets.
By the way,
it's like saying
that was from Michael Arndt's script, not from George's script.
Oh.
That's why I've said this before. People who have not ever read The Art of the Force Awakens should go back and read that book, because the first half or more is from what they were originally going to do before they changed it. And they changed a lot of it too. Like a lot. It would have been a much better film.
Wow, that's not saying much.
Okay.
Yeah, true. That's very true. Yeah.
They didn't throw out all of his ideas. Some, yes, but they also kept some. Additionally, another thing that the haters
listed
two things.
2 out of 3 movies, and one was a gender.
Yeah. So you didn't make any good arguments on that point whatsoever. Like, none. I'm pretty sure he has not made one single argument for any of his points that would stick and hold up in a court of law.
Here we go. Let's see what he says about Brie Larson.
Oh shit! Of course he's going to bring up. We got this fucking covered.
I didn't even.
He'll do that in 02.
Straight up make up information about the movies or shows. For example, this is a recent one. Recently, haters started to say that The Rise of Skywalker is undergoing extreme and massive reshoots. Like a rumor that they recently started is that The Rise of Skywalker is undergoing like reshoots that are basically redoing 75 to 80% of the movie, which again, that's not true
was right.
because no official.
Yeah.
And
these were,
go ahead. And these were all reported as rumors, not as facts, not as news stories.
Correct.
Everybody says take it with a grain of salt. Even when Doomcock was reporting stuff, he said take it with a grain of salt.
There were covers. There was rumors prior to The Last Jedi coming out too, and people were speculating like crazy before The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, and the prequels. There's been speculation before and leading up to these movies every single time. That's kind of what fans do, and people are reporting it as rumor. That is not hate mongering or trying to rally people to not see the
lying.
movie.
Like he calls it lying about stuff. That's not lying. Right. It's just reporting a rumor that's coming around. People have sources in the industry that are giving them this information, and some of it has come out to be true. So we need to realize that just because it's coming from a certain person doesn't mean it's not true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they did confirm, in articles in January or so of this year that there were reshoots, 3 specific scenes that the editor commented on that were added in reshoots in July, which is only 6 months prior to less than 6 months prior to the release of the movie, which is really a short time window. And we know that they were editing all the way up near to the end. They were very concerned that this movie had 6 less months of post-production time compared to the previous titles because of where they decided to put the release date. Mm-hmm. So, and the fact that they had to react to the fact that they scrapped, they lost a director and a writer of the third movie and then kind of had to start over and redo a bunch of things because of, Carrie Fisher's death. So a lot of the rumors were based on reality, and a lot of the leaks turned out to be true at the end anyway. So,
yep. The script leaked in August, all 3 acts. The only thing that was wrong about those was what they cut out when they edited it. That's it.
Right. And, the editors had made comments that a lot of things were left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Which is not to say that's not unusual. They cut movies all the time. But where they cut it, how they cut it, and how they were trying to configure it to make it work did give the appearance that things weren't cohesive. There was not a great plan, and it was a lot of fly by the seat of their pants, which it turned out to be true and confirmed later. So these rumors, as they were reported, a lot of them were true. The 70% redo and reshoots was not, but they were reported as rumors. And, leading up to a major release of the 3rd movie of a Star Wars trilogy, that's a newsworthy subject. When rumors are out there, people are going to report on them. That's not hate clicks. That's not brigading against the title or anything like that. Now, a lot of them were, hey, if these rumors are true, this is a real shit show. This is a warning sign. Correct. And they added commentary about the rumors, which is fair game.
But that's their own opinions. They're allowed to give their opinion just like this guy's allowed to give his opinion.
Right. So if they were coming out with rumors and then they were saying, ooh, this sounds really awesome, I can't wait to see it, would he feel the same way? Or is it just because it didn't, their opinions weren't his opinions
aligned with his,
that is bad rumors, like this negative, this is toxic stuff because it doesn't sing the song I want it to sing. He's hypocritical.
It is.
I mean, and he goes a lot of his whole argument here is just it's more of this, they're reporting rumors for hate clicks.
Let's hear it.
No official source has confirmed it. No primary source has confirmed it. Like anybody working on the movie has not confirmed it.
Well, they're not going to confirm every rumor that comes out.
Like clickbait bullshit fucking news websites like WeGotThisCovered.com or comicbook.com or YouTubers like Mike Zero, who is the biggest liar and propagandist in the Star Wars fandom ever, or Geeks Plus Gamers or World Class Bullshitters or John Talks. all freaking of those hate channels and users have said and repeated those same freaking lies and lies just like them. Like, for example, another lie or rumor that they love to discuss or make up is that the Star Wars theme park Galaxy's Edge is failing and it has been having low attendance, which again is not true, because if you've talked to people who have actually
the video hasn't aged well.
No, that video hasn't aged well. When they released their quarterly results, they admitted that park attendance was down, despite the fact that they opened up a major attraction in the park. The overall park attendance was down anywhere between 1% to 3%, depending on what news story you saw. And that is the fact. Oh, never mind.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you want us to continue or wait?
Oh, you can continue. I won't be long.
He's gonna refer to people's anecdotal evidence of
look at articles,
empty parks
on the percentages and numbers of attendance. You will see that a lot of people have been going, and that the park is not failing. Okay, same thing.
Except for the person that ran the parks was basically run out of her position. But besides that,
if you look at videos people have done from the park, you'll see a ton of freaking people there. Okay, it's not like
just
that picture.
People there,
that picture is not a ton of people. Just so you know, that's a very large open area, and there's not that many people for a theme park.
But not only that, like the facts of the stats show what what kind of flop this has sort of been. Yes, people are still going. The normies are essentially still going, but I think even Drunk's gone to Galaxy's Edge
several times. I mean, well, he lives in that area, and he's a season holder. There's a number of mistakes. Clearly, their attendance was not what they expected, because they put controls in place to limit access because they thought this thing was going to be a massive hit. And when it opened, the crowds weren't there. All these draconian measures that they put in place to meter people in and limit limit the park from becoming so crowded it was then dangerous and a public hazard. They didn't need those controls because the crowds didn't really show up. People didn't go, oh, this is worth the price of admission. I'm going to make an extra trip to Disney World or Disneyland because Galaxy's Edge is open. Now, people that were already going because they go to Disneyland every year, or they were planning a family trip because it's freaking Disneyland, they did attend the park. I have a friend, he took his family there. He went to the one in California, and I talked to him before he left. I'm like, are you going to do Galaxy's Edge? He's like, well, I'm there, so I might as well check it. I'm going to check it out, of course. Yeah. And he was showing me pictures as he's walking through the park, and he's like, yeah, this is fucking lame. I'm not coming back here. Yeah. Even if I come back to the park another day, I'm not coming back here. There's nothing to do. Yeah. There's one goddamn attraction, and the rest is just shops and places to buy things. That's it.
Yeah.
This isn't a value, and this is something that they plunked down $2 billion for. That's a fuck ton of money.
I don't understand what this park is actually sort of supposed to be in regards to. I've only heard that there's like
a shopping mall. Yeah, and the one breaks down all the time.
Yeah.
But it opened up for a long time. The second ride was added much later. They went several months with just the Millennium Falcon ride.
I'm sorry, we've got some pretty shitty theme parks here, but they're packed with fucking rides.
Yeah, this is basically it is a mall that you pay an exorbitant price to get in for the privilege of buying overpriced merchandise.
Yeah.
So you have your warehouse clubs like your Costco's and your Sam's Clubs. I don't know what you guys have there in Australia, but it's like the opposite. It'd be like you get a Sam's Club you pay for a Sam's Club membership and you go in there, and then everything's like an extra 50%. Everything's an extra 50% more expensive.
Yeah.
That's not you can't get away with doing that if you're not offering value, and a lot of people looked at it in the value. And I was looking up some articles, and you can see them, particularly like the local newspapers and publications around Orlando, Florida. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of evidence that the parks were not the opening of that thing, and even now well, of course not now because the whole park is closed, but leading up to the pandemic, it was not successful. It did not live up to its expectations, certainly.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say they were completely empty and nobody was going. I don't think anybody was saying 0 people were going to the theme park, but this is
nobody's saying it was empty.
This is a Star Wars theme park. I mean, like, to have a crowd that he's like the one he's showing, that's
it should be packed all the time with lines to get in it and them reaching capacity every day.
Right.
But again, the facts
Wars, man.
Yeah.
Facts don't care about your feelings, buddy. Like, the facts are that the attendance, I don't know where they were when he made this video, but, you know, these people that are reporting these things are not making it up. They're essentially, yes, they might call it a bit of a rumor or whatever. They might label it and they might say take it with a grain of salt, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, they're reading articles. They're giving people out there the information. Like, I must admit, I love listening to like guys like Jeremy and Ryan and stuff like that, because I don't have the time to sit down and read all these articles that these guys essentially do.
Yeah.
So the fact that that I can essentially get my news about Star Wars through these people, and then they give their own personal opinions, where is this guy getting the idea that it's us making up the narrative?
It's not, he doesn't like it, therefore it must be a lie, and we're blowing things out of proportion. He just doesn't like it. Well, in this particular instance with the theme park, you know, history has proved him quite wrong.
Yeah.
And now, you know, and of course the pandemic makes it even worse, because like I don't know if like that park in particular, Galaxy's Edge, is ever going to recover.
Yeah, you know, I
mean, on a positive side, they could probably open it today and not worry about social distancing.
Yeah, very true.
Because there's no value. I mean, you look at it and be like, does that look like Star Wars to you? You're looking in that corner of his video. Does that look like Star Wars to you?
Yeah, no.
When you think of a Star Wars theme park in a world, do you think of a random planet surface, or do you want to see like some other stuff?
Oh man, you know when I heard that they were making a Disney Star Wars park or whatever, I thought that the concept, remember that, you know, those concept ones that were out there?
Yes.
Where like you've got
Lucas Land or whatever it's called.
Like,
yeah.
You know, you had Tatooine, you had Coruscant, you had all these different sort of locations. Man, when I saw that, I thought that was the legit plan that they were actually going with. And I thought to myself, that would be so awesome. Like, even if every world that they actually created within that park only had one ride within each world, like imagine having a pod racing ride on Tatooine. And then, you know, having you could have actually a couple of rides on Tatooine. You could do Luke's, you know, run that he did when he used to shoot the things, you know, when I can't remember exactly what the words are, but do you remember what I'm talking about? When Luke says that he was able to aim and target at these things on his own planet.
Womp rats.
The Womp rats, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine all the different rides they could have had. Imagine the Camino ride. They do a water ride in Camino, and it's just you riding on the back of one of those flying water creature things or something. Like, they could have done so much with it. And then they decide to narrow it down to this one small part of time in the Star Wars galaxy that means nothing to anyone, and they expect it to sell.
Right, you know, and they put a lot of effort in, you know, like, I'm sure they did. I mean, the people that built it are fantastic at building, and they put a lot of effort into it, but it just doesn't. It doesn't look.
For $1 billion, they could have got a hell of a lot more out of $1 billion than what they did.
You know, I want to walk on the Star Destroyer, man. I don't want to go through some random planetary village.
Imagine that. Imagine being able to walk on a full-size Star Destroyer. At least if they built half of a full-size Star Destroyer, it would be enough to be able to entertain.
Well, they don't even have to build it as a Star Destroyer. It needs to be in a building where then you construct the inside of the building to look like what a hallway would look like in a Star Destroyer, or what a hangar bay would look like, or something.
Falcon there's awesome, and you can go on to that, can't you?
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty cool, and I like that. I hate the fact that the TIE fighter, the X-Wing that they've got there is Poe's X-Wing style, like that orangey.
Like, yeah, even that to see an X-Wing still live, whether I wouldn't worry about the markings on it, whether it looked like Poe's or looked like an original, like Red 5 or whatever.
Yeah,
it'd still be cool to look at them. I mean, I remember going to the Field Museum in Chicago. When they had the traveling Star Wars exhibit where they had models and stuff that they used for the movies. And it wasn't a huge display or anything, but it was a traveling museum display. And I remember that it was in Chicago, which was close enough for me to make a trip down. And, they had this big model of the Millennium Falcon, and it was like a couple feet across, and it was in this glass case, and you got to see a bunch of stuff and props and things. And like that to me was infinitely more in it. I'd go do that again before I go to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this is a fucking mall in some rando village. Like, no thanks.
Yep.
They don't even have that many characters, and the characters that they have walking around don't line up with the original trilogy, which is where the bulk of the fandom's heart lies. I mean, it was a mistake all the way through. The evidence was very clear that it was not as successful as they had anticipated. Nobody ever said it was completely empty.
I also saw a video of, I think it was on Drunk 3PO's channel or something, where Rey, the character of Rey at Galaxy's Edge, was taking a photo with some kids or something, and they're all looking at her like, in a bit of awe and stuff like this, as kids do when they see some of the characters. Yeah. And she just, as soon as the picture's taken, she brushes these kids away and just walks away. Like, no real interaction, no...
That's just...
They say they try and immerse you into this universe. Well, fucking immerse us into the universe. Don't be fucking cunts about it.
Well, that I would attribute to one employee,
one actor,
not doing their job well. I would highly doubt that even Disney in its current state would accept if they found out that that's the way that their staff was treating guests. They would have a problem with that staff member. They would haul them into their office and be like, "Look, you're like." It's like going into a retail store and getting mad at everybody because your cashier was a cunt.
Yeah.
It's like that. Clearly, that's the exception, not the rule. You can make a complaint to the manager and say, "Hey, look, that cashier was really kind of rude. Like, I don't want to make a big deal of it, but just so you know, you might want to keep an eye on her. She doesn't seem like she's having a good day." I was a retail manager for 15 years. I had to deal with a lot of Karens. I didn't mind when a customer gave me a legitimate heads up and be like, "Hey, you might want to keep an eye on that one. Like, look, I don't want anything. I'm not making any demands. Just, she seems like she's having a bad day. You might want to talk to her."
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Hey, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I will take a look at, and then I would pay attention. I'd watch that cashier with the next customer. And then, if I felt I needed to, I pulled her off and, talked to her and like, "Hey, what's up? You are not acting like your normal self."
Yeah.
Because I also didn't assume that, the person was being a bitch on purpose. They could have shit going on in their personal life. They're just not into it. And, and if that's the case, maybe, they either got to try and fake it until they make it, because that's kind of the job. Or maybe I could put them to work stocking somewhere and get them away from customers for a while so they can kind of, still do work, but, maybe not be so customer centered for that particular day. Like, "Hey, go stock all the candy at the registers. I'll have somebody else run that register because your head's in the wrong place. I don't want you interacting with customers because you're not being friendly right now." And that's just, that's part of working in retail. But
yeah.
So like a Karen would come up to them and, it would come up to me and be like, instantly be bitchy and then make a demand of me. Like, I need to do something. They come up and be like, it's the attitude. Being a Karen's all about the attitude. It would be like, okay, cashier wasn't doing a very good job. You come up to the manager and be like, "You need to do something about that cashier on register 15. She is not friendly, and that is not the kind of service I expect when I get here, and I want to know what you're going to do about it." You see the difference in approach? You're basically making the same complaint, but one's a Karen complaint and the other one's just a reasonable, like, "Hey, just a heads up." it's all attitude. It's not even the substance.
Yeah. So I suppose you're probably right. It was probably just that one employee, but
yeah, it happens all the time. Everybody has shit days, and you're not your best. I had days where I was like, you know what, I was too short with a customer. I didn't do the right thing necessarily. I could have done more to take care of whatever their situation was, but I was having a bad day and I wasn't going to have it.
Yeah.
We're human.
Retail, that's retail, man.
In a way. Sorry, I was just reading the chat. Yeah, that one.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Let's continue.
Okay.
Was Nathan's last comment.
Like the park is completely empty because that's what the haters seem to be implying. And
never implied it.
Nobody implied it.
You know, they keep saying that the park is empty and nobody wants to go. Which
they were showing proof that the park was empty, though. A lot of them were doing walkthroughs after it was open to the public and showing that there was no one there.
Oh, but he's saying that you were just cherry picking the times.
Oh, of course they were. Yeah, that's what they were doing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't like, I don't like what you're saying.
Not fact.
Exactly.
Okay. A lot of people have been dying to go. It's just that the problem is that, a lot of Star Wars fans don't freaking live at the locations of where, Galaxy's Edge are. Okay.
Okay. So that's the argument for why Disney World is packed, because people don't live there.
Right.
Well, okay.
It'd be a success. It would be a success if it weren't so far away.
I know. Disney World, the entire Disney World park is empty all the time because nobody lives there.
Yep. His next argument is going to be that it costs money.
Oh man, so much money.
And people will go; they just can't afford to.
A ton of freaking people live in Orlando or in Anaheim, California, so travel is a big issue, and that's one of the reasons why that not.
But hang on, why is he even saying
has been able to go?
He was just saying that we were lying because the parks aren't filled, and now he's trying to justify why the parks aren't filled.
Yeah, you noticed that, huh?
Yep, I was getting ready to say that too. Yeah,
that's so stupid. Like, he just said that the haters out there are basically lying about the park being empty, and no one's going, and there's problems here and there's problems there. And then he goes on to say, well, the reason why it's not, we lied. Hold on a second. That means it's not true. That means the parks are filled, right? This guy is so fucking dumb.
He so desperately wants Star Wars to be a success because his personal value, he's tied to it. It's a condition. He can't accept that it might be a failure, so he's jumping through his own hoops to try and justify that, any kind of failures, because it can't fail because it's Star Wars and he loves Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You can cry.
What a loser.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, the prices and everything. But
the
again,
prices and everything.
Travel issues and, attendance numbers and prices on the merchandise in the park itself aren't proof that the park is failing. Okay, those are just factors to why not everybody has gotten their chance to go. Okay, I myself haven't gotten a chance to go because of how freaking far away the parks are, and the fact that I barely have any money. So
you're
again, those
wait
proof that the park is failing.
You don't have any money to go. I thought you said it wasn't empty. Again,
he doesn't have any money to go. Neither does really anybody else, because apparently it is so expensive. But the park, don't worry,
it's full. It's full. There's people there all the time, even though there's nobody that goes there and nobody can afford it.
They did raise prices going into the season, so
yeah. It's not like people make there's not like there's massive amounts of people that go to Disney World every single fucking day.
Right. Yeah.
No. That's not why it's failing. Yeah.
Failing, okay? Those are just reasons why not everybody has gotten their chance to go. And another thing that these haters love to lie about or make up is something that they've been doing for a while, like, since Disney bought Lucasfilm. Like, this might be the number one thing that they love to make up. And that is,
can't wait to hear it.
Claim that us.
Incorrect. Since Disney bought
fans.
Lucasfilm, I'm sorry, but most fans, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, were actually really excited that Disney bought Lucasfilm because we thought that we were going to get a lot more Star Wars, but a lot more
good
Star Wars. And when we didn't get it, again, there was a lot of people still on board after The Force Awakens. So you're the lying right now because you just said that all these Star Wars haters came out from the moment Disney bought Star Wars. You're trying to label us all as just Disney haters. You fucking retard. I've said my 2 cents. Continue.
Okay.
Attack and bully them for not liking the new movies, which again isn't true. What we do is call them out and expose them for acting like children and for acting like the bullies that they claim we are. Okay.
But your side is the bully. We've seen it already. I don't remember Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers making a coffee mug that says TLJ lover tears. I don't remember that, but I do remember a person in a pretty high and influential position at Lucasfilm that does a show on the YouTube actually doing that. Jeremy didn't do that. We didn't do that. I mean, Anna didn't do that. Yeah.
No, but this whole part of the thing is going to be like, I'm not a bully. You're the bullies. No, you're the bullies. It's such a stupid argument. It's like, okay, you're upset that we're making videos about a movie that you like. So then just don't fucking watch them.
Yeah.
That's not bullying them.
Yep.
YouTube
is a free platform.
We're not invading other channels and taking them over and putting our videos on. Like, I'm not taking over your channel and putting anti-Last Jedi videos on your channel. I'm not doing any of that to you. Prior to this, me seeing a post on Twitter about this stupid video, I didn't know you existed because I don't seek you out. I don't look for videos that say I love The Last Jedi because I don't give a shit if you do or not, really.
Yeah.
I know I don't, and I know why I don't. Whether you do or not, it makes no difference to me whatsoever. You guys are the ones that are constantly telling us that we should shut up.
Mm-hmm.
That we shouldn't say what we feel. We should just, we should not be negative. We're not allowed to be negative, and because they're the positive ones because they like it. So if we don't like it, then we're negative and we should just shut up because that's being negative. But really, when it comes down, there's really actually no actual bullying. It's some name slinging and some people saying, mean things on the internet and things like that. But like, I've never felt bullied by either one of the sides. Like Ryan Johnson couldn't bully me for all if he spent the rest of his life trying.
Yeah.
He couldn't possibly bully me. He has no power over me. I don't care about what he thinks of me. But I'm not the one trying to cancel other people's videos or saying that they shouldn't make them. It's this guy, this group.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are saying we shouldn't do it, and we're only doing it because we're haters.
Yeah.
Yep. Or we want money or clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that meow is that's Eric. He's agreeing with you, Lost Jedi. Agrees with everything that you just said.
Yeah, that was your cat meowing in the background.
Oh.
Yeah, kitty bear right there. Young people do not know what real hardship is and real problems are, so they make it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like this is, I'm sorry you're hurt that I didn't like the movie that you like. I'm sorry.
Who gives a fuck?
And the proof of that statement is like those thoughts that, especially that idiot that came out this last week saying, oh, if you can't afford to give me $10, then go and get a job sort of thing. Like, talk about being privileged. I mean, I've never had or seen anything like that before. It's amazing. I've only been on Twitter now for a little while, and some of the people I see on there and some of the things
it's disgusting.
do is absolutely disgusting. Like,
it is.
Talk about, you know, it's illegal for in some places to beg on the street, and they're doing it via the internet. It makes me sick.
E-begging.
Makes me sick. And then they
It's
go
just
and
like I'll tell this guy, this is a free platform. If you don't want to watch this shit, don't click on it.
Let me bring that back to equality for a second. I can't sit on a stream with my shirt off and everything and try and ask for money, because guess what? It wouldn't work. People look at me and go, "You're a fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck are you doing?" You can go and wear these short shorts, cover yourself in glitter like that other chick said in a stupid rant, or was that the same chick? I can't remember. You know, equality. Anyway, sorry, I've gone off on a completely separate thing. Continue.
Oh, you're fine.
Just makes me sick. The whole thing. What the world has become now is just wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This side always wants to. They want to say that we're telling them not to like a movie. Nobody has said that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has said that. People get mad at Mueller for making 13 EFAPs talking about The Last Jedi, but he's doing it to defend what they've said and to prove a point that nobody can make a good argument to why the film is good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I won't say that nobody has said it.
I haven't seen one yet. I haven't seen one yet.
I'd say that I'll be willing to accept that there's a few of them, but they're outliers. They don't represent the group.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy's going to find like one tweet, and then his next video is going to be like, "See."
Well, when I make my videos for my channel, I don't think that I represent the entire Phantom Menace. In fact, I know I don't represent the entire Phantom Menace.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
I represent myself and my opinions. I hope that other people will give their opinions on my videos and, you know, on the subject that I'm talking about. But
Jeremy and Anna say the same exact thing you just said.
Yeah, but also
say it all the
too,
time.
I've had a few people on my specifically the Star Wars theory one. I had one person like have a bit of a go at me for having a go at him. And I wrote back to him, and I was very diplomatic in the way I was speaking. I wasn't having a go back at the person commenting, and I even thanked him for his comment after I wrote my piece. But I was hoping for more than just him writing his bit, writing my bit. I actually wanted to continue the conversation, and there was no response, nothing to it. You know, I even highlighted his comment. My opinion means nothing to anyone but me.
That's right.
You know, hey, Miss Martin, how you doing? Thanks for coming.
Yes, thanks for coming by.
All right, let's go.
That's the point, though. I mean, like I said, Jeremy and Anna, and even Jeff from World Class Bullshitters, the people that are higher up in the fandom that, of course, that have been around for so much longer, they say the same fucking thing, though. They don't speak for everyone. They speak for themselves when they make a video. Right. To say he's saying that when, you know, he doesn't outright say it, but he's making a point that when Jeremy says this or Geeks and Gamers says this, when somebody writes a fucking article, that it's everybody thinks that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not true. There are a lot of people in the Phantom Menace that disagree on specific points. Like there's some people, you know, I know that hate the fucking Last Jedi, but like the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me though.
I don't fucking tell them they're stupid or idiots or that they're haters or just trying to get fucking clicks. Whatever, you know.
In the same token, I would love to be able to have a conversation who thinks that, who didn't like The Last Jedi and does like The Rise of Skywalker, and I can sit there and have a conversation with that person, give my points of why I think that is a ridiculous concept, and then at least be able to listen to what I'm having to say, and then they can give their points. And I'll sit there and listen to, again, I'm not going to sit there and agree with what they're saying necessarily, but yeah, I know, he's awesome. He is awesome. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous concept.
It is. I'll turn back on.
Okay. You know, they started all this hate, you know, all the way back, you know, when Disney bought Lucasfilm.
Nobody started it when that happened.
We started all the love, actually.
Nobody cares about Star Wars
anymore. We showed how much we loved it.
All of which are strictly their opinions and not facts, yet they love to present them as facts. They love to do that for clicks.
Nobody said anything. Nobody comes on there. Doomgog didn't come out with his rumors and say, listen to these facts about what's going on behind the scenes. Listen to these facts. Nobody makes videos that say facts.
But again, this is all especially sort of targeted towards Jeremy, right? This guy's more attacking geeks and gamers, geeks plus
gamers. Yeah.
I'll go after that, and then Anna and Jesse.
I don't think I've heard Jeremy do any of that either.
No.
You know, he's always presented either articles that he's reading, which isn't him saying it, it's the article that he's reading out, and then he'll give his opinion on it. But again, if you can't differentiate between his opinion on something and what he's actually reporting on, then you're just an idiot in yourself. Go and seek help, buddy. You need some. You need some for the way you speak and the way you look, but go and get some for just
claim that we attack and bully them, which is not true, because never once do we say that they're terrible people for not liking the new movies. Never once have I or anybody who's an actual Star Wars fan has said that, okay? What we do is call the haters out because they deserve to be called out because, again, they flat out lie about things, make things up, or, attack us and then play victim.
Where are all these examples?
Yeah. It's again.
Where are your examples?
This is just his opinion based on seeing the titles of people's videos. Like I said before,
he doesn't watch any of them.
He might have clicked on it for a second to give it a downvote, but that's probably it. And he never actually listened to what any of these people actually said, because again, he's looking at the title of the video. It says, everybody hates The Last Jedi, and it's got a question mark maybe at the end of it instead of an exclamation mark or something like that. And he just runs with that and says that these people are all just haters. And I'm sorry, but they're more logical than what you're saying.
Well, he says that, like, hey, people like me, we've never said to anybody that people that don't like the movie are this, that, and that. And then he goes and then says that people that don't like the movie are this, that, and...
Yeah. Again, contradicting what he said 30 seconds before.
Yeah, Kitty Bear, the only thing I like about Rise of Skywalker is when Luke Skywalker catches a lightsaber and it's like, a Jedi's weapon deserves more respect. I'm like, hey.
No. Despite the fact that throws shade.
I didn't say I liked that he caught it.
Last Jedi.
Force Ghost.
I'm
saying that I like the fact that he threw shade at Ryan.
Yeah. But the only scene in the entire Rise of Skywalker that made me feel anything, in fact, probably the entire trilogy that made me feel anything, was Chewbacca's reaction to Leia's death.
Yes.
And died. It was the only thing, and it was very minute because it's stuffed in the middle of a piece of shit that made me feel nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pretending like they don't. That's the biggest pattern I've noticed with Star Wars haters. They love to play victim after bullying or attacking fans. They love to,
I think that's the other side. They like to play victim, like the Raylos.
Nothing wrong. We're completely innocent little angels. Which is a bullshit fucking lie, and they goddamn know it.
Oh my God.
It'll expose them if they...
So I'm still waiting for examples.
He just triggered himself based on something.
He did trigger himself.
He triggered himself based on nothing anyone's ever said. He's basically said that we all call ourselves beautiful little angels, and that triggered him. But I don't think anyone once in the entire Phantom Menace have I ever heard anyone say, I'm a perfect little angel.
Nobody says that. Nobody talks like that.
He triggered himself.
Nobody talks like that.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm still waiting for fucking examples, man. Where's your examples, Willie?
Where's the proof?
What you doing here? Why you keep saying this, but you're not giving me an example?
Yeah. Where's the evidence?
He doesn't have any.
I just love the fact that he triggered himself. It's a bullshit statement when it wasn't even said. What'd you do?
I don't know. Fucking back me out of the room.
Uh-oh.
That's so funny. Like,
We'll find out where we are.
yeah, beautiful little angel.
If I press play, does it update you?
Yeah, about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Then we're
Is that where we were?
Yeah.
I think so.
Go ahead.
If they admit it. Let me think. What's a good example of a Star Wars hater who loves to
give me
play
one.
victim?
Go ahead.
Oh, I know. That Star Wars girl. Yeah, she's probably the biggest Star Wars hater who loves to play victim and make things
fuck
up.
off?
Why? Because actually, very recently,
Let me hear.
she played victim, claiming that Star Wars fans attacked her for not liking the Reylo ship, for not liking Reylo
They did.
fan art.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they actually did that, though.
Yeah.
So they bullied her and harassed the shit out of her on Twitter because of that.
Yeah.
It was fucking Reylos.
Twitter back then. I remember hearing
Yes, it was. They harassed the shit out of her. And he's saying that she's claiming.
Yeah, what else has he got to say?
That Star Wars girl claimed that she doesn't like Reylo because she thinks it's a toxic relationship.
It is a fucking toxic relationship.
She said on her
He
Twitter
agrees.
and Instagram that Reylo should be canceled, which, personally, I'm not a fan of Reylo either, and I don't think it'll happen. But to say it should be canceled and that people are mentally ill for supporting it, just grow.
Dude, go on your Twitter, tag somebody that like Jeremy or a bigger account, and say something negative about Reylos and watch what happens.
Yeah.
And hashtag Reylo. They will fucking come at you hard.
Yeah.
They're the ones that will tell you to kill yourself. They're the ones that told JJ to kill himself because of what he did.
Reylos are weird.
Yeah, they are.
Sorry, Jeremy's right, but Reylos are fucking weird.
See, and I don't even consider this like, even that, me personally, I don't consider that bullying or attacking. It's just shit talking back and forth on fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
And like Anna wasn't trying to claim that she's been, traumatized by these events. She's just pointing out, hey, look at these guys, they're attacking me.
Look
over
what
this
they're doing.
thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I'm fearful for my life and protect me. I'm so worried and I'm so shaken up. Like she wasn't
dragged her off social media.
She fights back. She likes.
Yeah, she does.
She likes the back and forth to a degree.
Yeah, her video didn't say I'm a victim. So.
Yeah, she wasn't claiming that she's triggered and upset and hurt and there are circumstances that got extraordinarily personal when dealing with her sister, which that's beyond the pale. That's way over the line, unacceptable, and that was personal attack, and she was justified in her feelings in that. At least that's how I personally feel about it, and I think you guys would probably agree. But she was never like, woe is me, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. Like she wasn't like rocking herself back and forward like she was like she has like post-traumatic stress disorder over being dogpiled on Twitter. She was just pointing out like, hey, look at these. She was almost mocking them, like, look at these guys attacking me. I mean, that's not playing a victim. That's kind of throwing it back at them. Like, look at these fucking idiots are coming after me. That's different than going, oh, they're coming after me. It's so unfair. Like she was never, and none of I do not see that behavior in the Fandom Menace. Honestly,
no, I don't. No.
Like we'll mock them for coming after us, and we'll say things like, "Oh man, they're crazy! Look at these weirdos! They're dogpiling it just because I said I don't like Reylos or whatever the topic is."
You can't say that Anna is one of the biggest haters that loves to play victim, and I honestly, she ain't a victim. I've been watching Anna for
she never plays victim cards. No,
I don't think I've ever seen her play a victim card ever. Not that I've seen.
Not in a serious way. In a mocking way, she will.
She's done it mockingly. She mocks them quite a bit. Yes, absolutely. And they take it fucking seriously too.
Like it's
except for when it got personal, which is understandable.
Absolutely. We stand with Anna.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, she ain't no victim. She's a tough girl.
This guy's a fucking
tough woman.
He's a moron.
Hey Tom.
Yeah, howdy.
Tom?
Thanks again for coming on last night. It was awesome.
Yeah, man, that was a great time. Great time.
Fun.
Enjoy this guy, Tom. I don't know if you've seen this guy or not yet.
Look at his face. Oh
my God, there it is.
I still
Reface.
It's really
Grow up, okay? If you don't like it, just fucking move on, okay? Just say you don't like Reylo and move on. And also to branch.
If you don't like what I like, shut
another
up.
thing that Star Wars girl claims she was attacked for was taking a picture with this Rose Tico cosplayer. At a
this is a horseshit argument.
Tagging
Just let it play.
that, hey, I found Rose at the convention. Now the reason like she played victim on that is because she claimed she wasn't attacking the Rose Tico cosplayer.
She wasn't.
She tagged someone in that post who is a known Rose Tico hater.
A known hater.
Skyver, aka comic artist Pro Secrets, who is a huge Star Wars or Disney Star Wars hater. And
he also buys all of the Rose Tico merchandise that goes off the shelf. So he is a hater of Rose Tico, but he's also a lover of Rose Tico. It's an ironic way, of course, but yes, he does.
And for context of what actually happened, okay, she tagged Ethan and like, hey, I found somebody who's also a Rose Tico fan. She never tagged the actual person she took a picture with. It got back to her through other people who follow and dogpile on Ethan that, hey, she did this. And then that's when she approached Anna and said, like, hey, why did you tag this known hater of Rose Tico? And she's like, he's not a known hater. You're like, oh, he cut the dolls. And it was a joke. I mean, come on.
It was a joke.
Stupid.
I mean, come on. Like,
you has a Rose Tico cut out.
Yeah. You cut.
Oh, mate, I can't believe
you cut my character's action figure. Like, that's an attack on me. And it was like, that was not. She, like, it was a legitimately innocent, like, picture that she tagged Ethan and like, hey, I found a Rose Tico thing, knowing that we all know that Ethan was like, at least feigning to have a crush on Rose Tico.
Yes.
I mean, but it wasn't even mean spirited.
It's not at all. Ethan has never been mean spirited towards Rose or Kelly Tran. Ever.
No.
Again, I wasn't on Twitter back then, but I remember hearing all about this through like.
Yeah. Oh, I remember following it on Twitter.
Me too.
It was like this was so out of left field weird.
It really was.
They actually traced down who that person was, so then they could include her in the fight.
Yeah.
Just to like pick a battle with Anna and Ethan, like. But we're the ones that are supposed to grow up. And like, she took an innocent picture. Like, now taking a picture, and by the way, she asked permission and got permission to take the picture with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then why are you complaining about it?
Only after she found out who Anna and Ethan were did she then try to rescind that permission and ask her to delete the post.
Yep.
It's fucking so petty.
It is. Yeah.
It was. I remember that story. I was like, come on.
It's
But he's going to be
videos about it too.
He's assigning like some sinister motive to Anna. Like she
right?
knew that it was going to like hurt her somehow by tagging Ethan Van Skyver.
I still don't see how this presents Anna as a victim though.
It doesn't.
It doesn't represent Anna as a victim at all because she didn't take down the post, did she?
No, but Anna did say basically, paraphrasing, what the fuck? It was kind of like, why are you people coming after me? It was an innocent tag. Like I didn't even tag the other girl. Like, why are you dragging her into this? Yeah. And I guess that's playing the victim because she was like, where the fuck is this coming from?
Yeah. Well, Anna's not the one who dragged the actual cosplayer into it. They are.
No, they went and dug her up. They found her. Like, I don't even know how they searched Instagram images or something like that to track her down.
Technology.
She should be more creeped out that they tracked her down versus what Anna.
No kidding.
They hacked a government system so they could do facial tracking through CCT cameras, and they tracked her down. Oh man, so
They used actual convention footage, and they went through every frame and found her.
yeah.
Let's continue.
At one point used to be part of a comics company that was anti-diversity, aka Comicsgate.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Fuck up.
Anti-diversity.
Clearly,
Again, where's your
Clearly is
fucking
not
proof,
in-
dude?
clearly not aware of how things operate. Comicsgate is not a comics company. They're not an anti-diversity company. Comicsgate is not a company at all. It is a hashtag movement.
That's right. That's right. That's what it is.
Yeah, basically, she tagged a freaking known racist in her.
Oh,
Here we
Now-
go
now
with
he's
this shit.
racist.
Now he's racist. Now he's racist.
known Rose Tico hater. It's a known racist now. Ethan Van Sciver is a known racist. Are
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah.
kidding? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, his association with Comicsgate makes him guilty enough in these people's eyes. So
Yeah, it's what it, yeah.
that's not surprising.
If he's on the side of Zach, then you're a racist.
Yeah, if you fly the CG flag, you're racist. I guess
I
that's
don't even
just
know Ethan. I've only ever watched Ethan, and he seems like the kindest person.
He is.
He just
He's
a great human being.
he's Uncle Eehee.
He's definitely, exactly. Yep. Mhm.
Man, this
Straight
guy's
up attacked that Rose cosplayer, and all of his followers and that Star Wars girl's followers went after that Rose cosplayer. So
No, it
that
was
Star
all
Wars
the
girl
other
knew
side
They
that
did
went
not.
when she
for
took that
her.
fucking selfie. Okay.
Oh
Hey,
my
Steven, thanks for stopping by.
Ethan,
Back
she purposely
straight.
tagged Ethan Van Sciver so that Rose cosplayer would be harassed and attacked. And in fact, that Rose cosplayer actually
Right.
responded to the tag and to the selfie that Star Wars girl took with her. She said,
But she didn't
"You
tag
were,
her.
quote, nice in the elevator, but I would appreciate it if you took this selfie down because of the harassment I've gotten from the friend that you tagged." Okay.
Yeah, nobody harassed anybody.
Ethan did
Sorry.
never.
No,
Yeah, no,
he
didn't
did
happen.
not.
Star Wars girl take responsibility
Nope.
for it? Did that Star Wars girl take down the selfie with the Rose cosplay?
And I don't even
No,
think
she
Ethan-
didn't.
She shouldn't have to. She didn't tag her in it.
And
And
denied
wouldn't
that she
like
tagged
respectful
Rose.
enough that they wouldn't even do that. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't even go after the girl in the Rose Tico outfit. It's just like again, this guy's so dumb. He's got no facts to go off. I'm still waiting for evidence on so many points that he's made. Anyway, I'm sorry.
You lost Jedi, your avatar's getting some love.
Rose hater.
Yeah.
You know, she said
I forgot that I had that
Rose
spinning
hater
one, so I
Rose.
gotta turn that on.
True, because if you go to Ethan Van Sciver's YouTube channel,
Go for it, bring
he's
it up.
made multiple videos attacking Rose Tico and
No, he has not attacked Rose Tico.
No.
He has way more videos about loving Rose Tico than disliking the character.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And we all know that he has never once gone after Kelly Marie Tran. None of the Fandom Menace have gone after Kelly Marie Tran. Like the fact that that's being reported that she was bullied off social media
Thanks,
is
Steven.
fucked as well.
Yeah, that's
I knew that's gonna get it. Yeah, because last night that when you did that, I was like, "Holy shit, it's spinning now." That's great. That's so great. That is so great. Wow, fantastic.
Disney Star Wars. Okay,
It's almost hypnotizing.
you know, he's no
He really
fucking
is.
different than that Star Wars girl. Okay, he's just as much of a hater as her. Okay,
He's just as much
Well,
of a
again,
hater as she
they'll
is.
deny it. You know, whenever they get the chance. Okay, they don't want to accept responsibility.
Okay, you're bringing this up, so I still have to ask you the question: where the fuck is your examples?
Yeah.
You continue. Yep, EVS has supported more independent creators than this guy ever will. Exactly right. That's exactly right. Mm-hmm. Yep. But he's still not bringing up examples. He wants to call everybody a hater or playing a victim, but he never brings up any examples to show that what he's talking about because he doesn't have any. His narrative doesn't, need facts. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I just say it, and it's true.
Responsibility for their, terrible things that they've done, for the bullying and for the attacks that they've done against Star Wars fans like myself. They'll never admit it because they know if they do, they'll be exposed for the lying, attention-seeking whores and trolls and bullies that they are.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
you are a jealous fuck,
my
dude.
He is so jelly. It's not funny.
It's really bad, man.
All the whores and man, where do you get off? Seriously.
I think somebody should tell him that the pussy trolls aren't real and that he can get some.
Oh, mate.
Doesn't he remind you of the Clerks 2 guy a little bit?
Yes, he does. Kind of does. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That movie.
Oh man, the donkey scene at the end is worth it alone.
Oh my god, you have to see Clerks 2. Oh yeah, Steven, right? Facts. What facts? Yeah, he does.
Man, this guy. I'm so happy that we're getting close to the end of this because he's really starting to annoy me now.
It's starting to.
Hate company.
I know the whole thing annoyed the shit out of me. Don't get me wrong, but
that's right, Tom. How do I get a job at Comic Skate Company?
I know it seems like it's doing a great business. I want to.
He wants to be part of.
They don't do facts.
Part of the Geeks and Gamers team. That's his real problem. Like he sees how much the G&G team has so much fun, and he wants to be part of that.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys and your support tonight too.
Yeah,
it means a lot. We're going to be doing more of these reaction videos down the road, including all 3 of the Disney movies, the sequel movies. So
keep talking about it. The more you talk about it, the more real it becomes in my head, and I just don't want it to be real.
That's why I talk about it.
Yeah, I think we're secretly hoping you'd forget about it. And it's like, no, we're not really going to do it. But Ryno, wasn't this originally your idea?
No, I said
it was mine.
I said we should do the 6 movies. I didn't want to, and you.
I'm the one who did. I brought the sequels because I wanted to do a commentary on The Last Jedi and just tear it apart. And then I was like, wait, well, maybe we should just go ahead and do all 3.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. 6, but it looks like it's been turned into a shit show. Anyway, let's continue this.
That's right, Tom. He does need some peanut butter jelly. Yeah.
Yeah. Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly.
Okay, that's the only reason they don't want to admit it and why they'll never admit it. And not surprisingly, I myself have been attacked by Star Wars haters numerous times.
Let me see it.
Numerous. Back after The Force Awakens came out.
Let me see it.
Okay? We get to see a poster. Where's the evidence?
Been, attacked numerous times.
Show me.
People have said things to me. You're not a Star Wars fan. You're just a childish little soy boy liberal.
Oh, who said that?
They're probably right, though.
Anything with the name Star Wars attached to it, which is not true. Okay, not true at all. Okay. I have admitted that I didn't like Rogue One or Solo, for example.
But what? But I'm still waiting for these facts because he said he's been called names. He's been bullied. Mm-hmm. Where are your examples? Yeah, exactly. Steven, evidence. Where's it at? Yeah, that's right, Miss Martin Muses. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That means you would have to watch the videos. Yeah. That's why he doesn't have any proof or anything because he doesn't watch them. Like Ryno said, he clicks on it long enough to do a downvote and he leaves.
Yeah, and he reads the title of the video, which a lot of people actually, ironically, title their videos intentionally to get the click, right?
He's almost making the soy girl voice. Oh,
I gotta see some memes. I gotta see some memes, man. Yes. Come on,
please.
Oh God.
Whatever you do, just don't add it into the twerking one.
Oh yes, please don't. Yes.
You better not be in any memes with me, or else they'll be held.
Oh my God. We are almost. Oh wow, we are 24. Getting close.
Awesome.
Just because I didn't like them does not mean I'm going to stop being a Star Wars fan, and does not mean that I automatically hate everything Disney Star Wars related now. Okay. That's not fucking true. Okay. Because I will be a fan of this franchise until I fucking die. Okay.
Good. Nobody's telling you can't be.
I love and I am fucking dedicated to it.
Bro, this guy's just been like coming to frog when he started yelling and got triggered again by himself.
He's triggered himself so many times already. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. This dude is about to lose it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm going to be a fan no matter what. Even if they poop on the screen, I'm going to like it.
Okay. Okay. I said okay.
Oh my God. He is this guy, dude. This is fucking funny.
My cats are looking at me weird.
They're like, well, what's that guy doing? Like, we don't know. We don't know.
Hate everything Disney Star Wars related now. Okay, that's not fucking true. Okay, because I will be a fan of this franchise until I fucking die. Okay, because that is how much I love and I am fucking dedicated to it. Okay. You're the ones who don't deserve Star Wars, okay? You're the ones who don't deserve to be called Star Wars fans. You don't deserve to call yourself that. Why? Because all you do is attack, bully, make up information, and, just act the exact opposite of how
he's gonna have an aneurysm. He needs to calm down.
Okay? Fans are supposed to be positive,
he's gonna stroke out.
And, relatable people rather than fucking toxic bullies and cunts who think that the franchise belongs to them and think that the fandom that they claim to be a fan of, should go or play out a certain way. And
nobody's saying that either.
Again,
nobody's saying any of that stuff. We don't claim that we own it.
I love that. Okay. Evidence.
Still no evidence, Steven. Still no evidence. Can't do it. He can't provide it. He doesn't like doing that. I guarantee if you asked him for evidence, he would call you. He would tell you you're attacking him. Don't attack me. Don't attack me.
When I get triggered, okay? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wowzer.
Oh shit.
Hashtag toxic brood. Damn right.
Oh,
damn right. Oh my God.
If
you don't like what I like, you're being a negative meanie poopy pants. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Take a shot every time he says okay. We would die.
Yeah.
We would die. We'd be dead. It would be literally alcohol poisoning. Beyond to the point stomach pumping would even work.
If I had known at the beginning of the stream that it was going to be this good, I would have probably tried to make a drinking game out of it.
No kidding. Anyway.
Oh shit, that's good.
Went to work. I saw it already, so I would have said nope.
Yeah.
The soy gonna flow. That's right, Soul Assassin. It's just seeping out of his pores at this point.
And should meet every single one of their fucking demands. Otherwise, they're gonna throw a hissy fit about
Nobody
it.
has made demands.
They claim.
Did you make demands, Ryno?
No, I mean I did have
Lost Jedi. Did you make demands?
Yes.
Okay.
I demand that Kathleen Kennedy be fired. I don't demand anything. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, it's like I don't have a say. I can make demands all I want. I demand free Star Wars for the rest of my life. Every 6 months, I want a new movie. I demand it. Okay.
I demanded good Star Wars. That's all I demanded.
Oh yeah, that's what we all wanted. Is just good Star Wars.
Don't get me wrong. There was always little things that I thought that we were always going to get in regards to like, there's certain things in Star Wars like I have a bad feeling about this. You always expect to hear that somewhere along the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did have my little expectations throughout the movies. But
again, none of us went into the movies with a checklist of everything we needed to see.
No,
like The Last Jedi, we didn't walk in like, okay, Snoke has to be Plagueis, Rey has to be Luke's daughter. This has to be. Nobody said that stuff.
I didn't go in there saying that there had to be Sith and it had to be a Sith versus Jedi thing. I didn't go in there thinking. My mind was completely open to whatever they really wanted to do. I did hear that obviously George Lucas had started his treatments, and I was hoping that we were going to just get the continuation of the story, not some stupid B-grade reboot / it's just all trash.
Did he just call us cunts?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Very toxic of him.
Yeah. Very, very, very toxic.
Toxic. He called us all cunts. He called us all hoes. He called us all.
That's right. We're whores too.
Yeah.
Yeah, whores.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're the ones saying we're not buying, but I guess that makes us whores.
Yeah, we're whores because we're not buying anything.
But again, by him just now going on this little rant that he's going on, the whole 20 minutes of what he was talking about before has now been completely undone. Not that it wasn't already undone based on the fact that he has no facts to go off, but it is now basically undone by exactly what he's saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's contradicted himself throughout this entire video, and now he's just doing one big final contradiction at the end to show that he is actually the one that's throwing the most hate out there, because again, the people that he thinks is just reporting and trying to get these hate clicks are actually reporting more facts than this guy's got in this entire video. Like, again, they show articles, they show this. They're not they're reporting the article and then giving their opinion. That's it.
Pretty big words for a soy boy.
And you don't understand the definition of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to stroke out here in a second.
I want to hear some more Kermit.
Claim they're fans, but don't act like fans whatsoever.
Act like
not
fans.
only was I attacked for liking The Force Awakens, but I was also attacked for not enjoying Rogue One or Solo, and I was also especially attacked for liking The Last Jedi. And I was also attacked for calling out that Star Wars girl. Yeah, Jesse Milestone, aka the YouTuber Mindless Entertainment, attacked me for calling out that Star Wars girl for being toxic and biased against Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson and the new Star Wars movies. Okay, I wasn't attacking her.
Did he just cut an okay to an okay?
Yeah, he did. But
he did.
Yeah, again, evidence.
Okay.
Or the Stephen Walton, exactly. Evidence. Where's the evidence? Show me what Jesse actually said to you. Now, again, I wouldn't put it past Jesse to go out and defend Anna.
She was probably defending her because of the shit you were probably saying to her was disgusting.
Show me what she said. Where is the evidence? This guy, like when I see Jeremy or any of these other YouTubers out there do a video, even if it's similar to this, they're always showing like the tweets, the exact tweet, and they read it out. And they go, this is these are the facts. This is what was said. This is the conversation that took place. This guy's going, yeah, I've received hate from these people. It was along the lines of, oh, you're a toxic, asshole cunt, and you cunts out there are all just cunts. Like, this guy's a fucking moron. He honestly has no idea. It's like when I threw my shade at Star Wars Theory, I showed what he said and I gave my opinion on why I didn't like it.
Yep. At least you showed something. You showed proof of what he said.
There.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't just go, oh, he said something like this, or I said what he said. He finished Sam Witwer's sentence by saying, oh, that the Star Wars fans have their own agenda.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that. I showed it, and then I said my piece. This guy just goes, oh, this is what was said, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Fuck off. You got no fucking clue what the fuck you're doing. Nobody believes a word that's coming out of your mouth. You're a piece of shit, dumb cunt, asshole, hoe, bitch, motherfucking dumb fucking piece of shit cunt.
We got Ryno so worked up, he's honking like a goose there for a second.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry, guys.
By the way, real quick, I want to address this comment by Soul Assassin. I'm not sure if he's one of the ones that were attacking Anna when her sister died. I'm not sure. He might have been part of it, but I'm not. I don't know.
Again, I wasn't on Twitter for that. I heard all about that, and I definitely, showed my love as I could towards standing with Anna, sort of thing. But that was disgusting in itself. That made me sick hearing what I heard about that whole thing.
Anytime, Steven. We would love to be on your show. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Anyway.
Would sending my picture to him and tell him to run it whenever he sees that face count as a threat?
From a certain point of view.
Yes, exactly. I swear to God, this guy's in a stroke. Or an aneurysm and his eye's going to go crooked and he's just going to read for 30 seconds and then come back to, normal.
At all. I was just calling her out for the fucking liar that she is, and she fucking knows it, but of course she'll never admit it. Same thing with Mindless Entertainment herself. Okay, she was calling me a libtard soy boy for doing my duty as a Star Wars fan for calling out
duty.
Okay?
Wait. Your duty as a Star Wars fan is to call people out on something they don't like just because you like it.
I didn't realize.
Wait.
I'm sorry, guys out there. I didn't realize as a Star Wars fan, I actually had a duty to Star Wars. I just thought I loved Star Wars for loving Star Wars, and essentially.
So question to both of you guys. Didn't he say the opposite thing earlier about us?
What do you mean?
So he's contradicting himself.
Yeah, he has through this entire video.
Yeah, I mean, every 5 seconds he contradicts himself. By the way, if you guys are not part of my Discord, you all need to join because Apollo Patriot's going ham in there right now with memes on this dude.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Faces. It would be all those faces that. Where am I here?
So I'm gonna drop a link for the Discord in the chat. You got. Oh, he is going ham.
Oh, that's great. That last one with the orange hair. That's brilliant.
God. Well, maybe pull some up here when we're done.
Okay. But joke's on you, Mindless Entertainment. Why? Because thanks to your video that you made on me, I got more subscribers and supporters.
20?
You guys are the
20?
literal fucking embodiment of everything that Star Wars preaches against. Okay.
Hold on. I want to see this real quick. Down with Disney's treatment of franchises and its fanboys. Okay, so I'm complain. I, along with many others, some of whom I inspired, helped force Kelly Marie Tran from Instagram. Okay, first of all, this is from a Facebook group, correct? It's got the little pin up there. Now, you can bring this up here. You can bring this up about this guy is the one who forced her from Instagram. Great. But I want to see on her Instagram all these comments and hatred that she got. Where's that at? You could have a guy who, it could be you creating a private group to make this up. Just an FYI, he could have done that. You're not posting a link to this group to prove it or anything. You're just doing a screenshot. So I don't know, but you're not showing any proof of what happened. You're saying this person did it, but where's their proof?
But again, in regards to anything that
I'm gonna go ahead and
Lost Jedi. So good. That's
oh shit.
So good.
Oh my god.
I love it. Fuck yes, we're still going lethal. We're nearly done for this damn thing. Again, anything that he's actually showing on the screen, there's no evidence of any comments from Jesse or Anna or anything like this. The only things that he's showing support his narrative.
That's fucking great.
They really.
Hey, Lethal, what's up, man? Yeah, like I said, this is a post from a Facebook group where a guy claims he's the one who drove Kelly Marie Tran off social media, but there are no screenshots of what he did, what he said to get her to go off social media because they don't have the proof. They continue to toot this fucking trumpet and, tout this against our fandom, but they never bring proof with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
My dog is literally at the mic trying to say something, I think.
He's agreeing with us.
He is. He's like, this guy's a soy boy. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Let's keep going. We're going for 3 hours.
You
just
your anger and hatred of the new franchise, or the new parts of this franchise essentially blind you from viewing them, fairly. Okay. You guys literally are the fucking dark side. Okay. And you know it. While we are the light side, because we are dedicated to this franchise. We will stick with it no matter what happens to it, because that's how much we love and are committed to it. And we also don't bully and then play victim. Okay.
I don't.
But you guys fucking
quick
do that
flashes
all
of some
the
evidence
time.
here.
He flashes it and doesn't doesn't keep it up there.
The thing that defines you. Okay. Your hate defines you, when really that's a characteristic of the Sith. Okay. That's what a Sith does.
Your hate right now is defining you.
That their hate makes them stronger. When a Jedi does not. Okay. Jedi are.
You couldn't be a fucking Jedi, you pussy.
Now he's trying to make Jedi and Sith like a real thing about us. And I know that we always get referred to as, the fans are turning to the dark side and all of this kind of stuff. But
that's again, exactly right, Tom. Isn't the whole video of him playing victim? It is.
It is. It's painful. It was a painful half an hour, and I just. How much is left?
You want to go back, Lost Jedi, to where those tweets are, so we can see what those tweets said real quick.
No, I don't want to go back. That means we've got more.
Well, I want to see what they said.
That's all right.
Okay, let's see this one here. This is he's searching for something here. I see the fake fans have not yet thanked us true fans for saving Star Wars, because it'll just show how shallow and pathetic these fake fans really are. He's kind of got a point about that, because how many fans that have come out that like The Last Jedi actually liked Star Wars before that?
Yeah.
I want. You mean there's a ton of Tadashi, get down.
Well, not only that, but could explain previous Star Wars as deep as some of us could go.
He said, okay, so this person here
anger
says that they caused this, that they got. I won't tell you right now. I'm one of those 57%. So I actually did put a review on Rotten Tomatoes. So.
I don't even bother with it.
Yeah, but I mean that's not his whole thing is that it's just one guy doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think one guy could do that. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, and if it was one guy harassing her, then why didn't she just hit block?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you giving these people?
And that doesn't make sense. That's not plausible.
Nope.
And hatred of the new franchise, or the new parts of this franchise essentially blind you from viewing them fairly. Okay. You guys literally are the fucking dark side. Okay. And
we're the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Hamill's nothing but a liberal living snowflake. We know that. Only good thing he accomplished was playing Luke. Don't even get me started on the coke sniffing drug addict Carrie Fisher. See, this literally looks like it's fake.
Yeah. Well, even if it's not, it's like it's.
We are the light side.
It's one person. It's one person, though. Like we said earlier, one person in a fandom does not represent the entire fucking fandom.
But also, how do we even know that this person is a part of sort of Phantom Menace, if you know what I mean? Like, he's going after a lot of the Phantom Menace channels in regards to Ethan and Lee, and sorry, I just saw Lethal come up. Ethan and Jeremy and Anna, and they're all Phantom Menace channels. But where's the evidence that these comments are coming from Phantom Menace? And even still, like, they're not all that wrong.
But it's always the same thing, though. I mean, there are always dark corners of every single fucking fandom. It doesn't matter. You can pull up 2 or 3 fucking tweets from one person or one person from one Facebook group. Doesn't mean every single fucking person believes that.
Fairly. Okay?
Sorry.
You guys literally are the fucking dark side. Okay. And you know it. While we are the light side, because we are dedicated to this franchise. We will stick with it no matter what happens to it, because that's how much we love and are committed to it. And we also don't bully and then play victim.
Okay.
I can't even read that one.
Larking.
Me.
LARPers offended over parody, fucking priceless. Priceless to you, but this is a valuable to me. Holding a 7-year-old cancer patient, and it's okay. What's the context here?
I don't know. It's just a hate. He's trying to point out that we're the haters. I don't know. Let's just go.
Yeah. You guys fucking do that all the time. Okay, it's basically your MO. It's basically the thing that defines you. Okay,
but all you're doing is playing victim.
Defines you when really that's a characteristic of the Sith. Okay, that's what a Sith does and what a Sith believes in. You know that their hate makes them not.
Here he comes to sell. He's a Jedi.
Are
Here he goes.
Pacifists and peacekeepers. Okay, and selfless and fair, which is what we are. Even though, that being said, Mindless Entertainment and that Star Wars girl are not the biggest haters I've seen. In fact, the biggest Star Wars hater I've encountered or ever seen in my life so far is Jeremy from Geeks Plus Gamers.
Geeks Plus Gamers.
Because all he does is regurgitate the same clickbait bullshit and lies and, continues to attack Star Wars filmmakers and fans. He continues to attack.
I mean, yes, he does. Jeremy comes out and he says, Kathleen Kennedy is the worst leader, get rid of her, blah, blah, blah. He does come out and say those things, but
he never says my opinion or facts.
They're warranted statements.
Mm-hmm.
They are very warranted statements. Mm-hmm. And he is just basically saying exactly what everybody else is feeling.
Yep.
That he is speaking for, and I would include myself as one of those people. It's exactly why I did my Geeks and Gamers tribute video on my channel, because Jeremy was a voice for all. He was a voice for me, as well as, let's say, 150,000 other people, because I'm just being conservative in regards to his numbers on YouTube. But he's been a big voice for all of us, and he's taken a lot of shit for it too.
Yeah.
And he was speaking the truth.
To answer your question, Lethal, he does still upload videos. Lately, it's been like JFK assassination stuff.
Conspiracies.
Yeah, he's a JFK conspiracy guy. The last Star Wars video he did was about his collection, and then he did a video a month ago about his Palpatine Darth Sidious impressions.
Oh, I love that. I'm just reading Lethal's last comment. Kathleen Kennedy is garbage. I apologize to garbage. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Did somebody try?
Yes.
I mean, that's more advertising for Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that guy said, if I wasn't already subbed to Jeremy, this would have made me sub.
Oh, I know. It's literally
and I loved that
promo video for Jeremy.
It was so good. And I love the opening bit. It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and it was all it was actually really well made.
It was actually, yeah.
I didn't view it as a hate thing. I thought that was really good promotion for Jeremy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, a lot of people said if they weren't already subscribed to Jeremy, they would be now after that one.
That was so good. And I love that line that Lethal said that Kathleen Kennedy is garbage. I apologize to garbage. It's so good. Anyway, continue. How Jeremy
attack Kathleen Kennedy. He continues to attack Rian Johnson.
He
continues to attack fans like me who call him out. And again, every time we do so, he'll deny it. He'll say
attacking him because he just said Jeremy attacked me when I call him out. And was that tweet? Can we just go back to that last screenshot that he had up?
Yes. Yeah.
There.
It's really upsetting that Star Wars Explained has silenced so many voices from the POC and LGBTQ community. These people have been through enough, and it's really alarming to see such open bigotry.
So he just said that he comes out and attacks him specifically.
But then he's using this example that it's against bigotry. Why are you what in the fuck did you do that for? You're literally you're taking your point and throwing it under the bus. You're getting rid of it. It's in the trash. You literally pull up a tweet from Jeremy that it's anti-bigotry.
Yeah.
You're saying that Jeremy's a fucking hater. You use that as an example. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? It contradicts RS. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh, this is his biggest video, Lethal, for sure. Yeah, actually, absolutely.
Yeah, he made it for the clicks, for the hate clicks. Exactly why he's going against.
The irony of having a conspiracy channel and using a meme about someone you don't like wearing a tinfoil hat is gold. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Really.
And again, every time we do so, he'll deny it. He'll say that we are the bullies and that, we are the ones who started attacking, when in reality, it was him and people like him who started it back, when, The Last Jedi came out, okay? Because ironically enough, Jeremy said Force Awakens, but then went a complete 180 after The Last Jedi came out. Now, that being said, yes, he's allowed to dislike the new movies. Yes, he's more than allowed.
Oh, thank you for allowing that.
Wait, hold on.
Last Jedi. But the thing is, he doesn't, dislike it in a normal way. He just takes his criticisms with it way too fucking personally and way too fucking far, to the point where hitting on it is basically all he does and all that defines him, okay? His YouTube channel name is Geeks Plus Gamers, yet it should be called, Star Wars Hate Channel, because literally that's almost what every
that's so creative.
That's really
is,
terrible.
Okay?
That's awful.
Almost every.
I mean, be creative. Take your time to write a fucking script.
Yeah.
Wow. Absolute idiot.
Every single one of his videos hates on new Star Wars content, from Star Wars Resistance to, The Last Jedi, okay? He literally hates on almost fucking all of it because it doesn't fit his point of view and it's not, meeting his expectations or demands, which is a characteristic that every Star Wars hater shares, okay? They throw hissy fits and, lose their fucking minds just because the new stuff is not meeting their expectations or playing to their demands or not pandering to them. Well, you know what? Tough shit. Get over it. Star Wars is not going to please everybody. Okay? That's impossible. It is impossible to please everybody with Star Wars. And in general, it's impossible for everybody to be pleased in real life, okay? And that's a harsh fucking reality that Jeremy and every Star Wars hater refuses to accept, okay? Because they're that freaking blinded by their hate that they can't see reality, okay? Hate is essentially their comfort zone and their safe place, okay?
Okay.
Man,
okay. Okay.
Right now.
Okay. Damn you, Geeks Plus Gamers. Lethal asked also, what's the ratio on his video? 49 upvotes, 175 downvotes. Yeah. 75% butthurt and 25% okay. Okay. Butthurt. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. This dude is just, I swear, I was like, calm down, man. You're going to have an aneurysm, bro.
They're in like tiny hate-filled bubbles. Okay, that's basically what they are, and they're so blinded by those hate bubbles that they just can't accept reality and can't be open.
This guy is gold. I want to keep him as a pet.
Reality of movies. We can't accept the reality of these bad movies.
You might be asking yourself, do I see them changing their minds eventually? No.
You're right.
You know why? Because we want good fucking Star Wars, and there's no good Star Wars right now. When they put out good Star Wars, we'll admit it's good, and that's how it works.
Are we done yet?
Lethal wants to keep him as a pet. That's funny. Geeks Plus Gamers.
Bring out the GIMP.
Because they know if they change their minds, they'll lose their fan base and they'll lose their audience.
Yeah,
if they admit that they're wrong,
since you made this video.
Oh yeah, well they lost a ton of it.
Try to be unbiased. they'll just be exposed for the liars and hypocrites that they are. Okay, so that was my thoughts on how Star Wars haters lie for attention and profit, and just some examples of the things that they lie about.
Now I'm gonna go cry my pillow because I don't have the same views and subscriber counts.
He gave examples, but there were no examples.
Subscribe to the channel for more.
Yeah, right.
No fucking way I would subscribe to your stupid channel.
This guy has no brain in his head, and if there is a brain in there, it's about the size of a peanut. Well, that was painful. That was painful. Fun, hilarious, but still painful.
It actually hurt, yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
and it's not going to hurt as much as the fucking Disney trilogy we're going to sit through. But
Geeks plus Gamers.
Oh my god,
I'd say it's pretty mixed, Lethal. It's pretty mixed from what I've talked to people. It's kind of split. And there are people that like Mando that don't like Clone Wars, and there's people that like Clone Wars and don't like Mando.
I'm going to go on that.
It is kind of split.
I'm going to write a comment on his video there, on that exact video, and say, how do you feel about your points now?
Nah.
Oh, I just wanted to do another video.
I've already put 3 comments on the video already.
Man, that was
somebody on his comment section said, "Funny, I could use the exact title of the video to describe your side of the fandom." The amount of hate we've gotten by Raylos, TLJ defenders, and sequel lovers is astounding. But go on and talk shit about a channel that's more popular than yourself.
Yeah. Hilarious memes, though. Yeah, true.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Gave you plenty of content today. What's that noise?
Not sure.
There's a humming noise I can hear. Oh, it went quiet.
It's the government. It's the government. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's Lucasfilm. It's Lucasfilm.
It's Lucasfilm. Yeah, they're bugging us.
Or it's this guy. It's Dick.
Yes.
It's Dick. Wow. That was painful.
Yeah. Still fun, though. Like
it was fun. Oh, we absolutely had a blast with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How wrong he really is, especially after a little bit of time's gone since he made the video, to be able to see how it aged was quite good too.
Well, the one of my favorite parts about the video is when he claims that they used some of George's ideas for the sequel trilogy just because it was a woman and just because there's a shot of Luke in a place that might be a Jedi temple.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't do research because he didn't bring up the fact that Iger's book was out in September. He didn't do research. He didn't read that because we all know what Iger said about that. And then they basically just threw Lucas's treatments in the trash and they went on their own way. So if he did his fucking research like he should have.
No, go back to your other one. Go back to your other one. No, I would leave that. I want to see this.
Oh no, it's Lady Loaf. Lady Loaf is back.
She's just as annoying as that guy.
I know. He says okay and she says like.
Yeah.
like. My
name
is Willie and I'm silly.
He goes, hold on, let me just strap it on.
Oh God.
God. Damn you geeks and gamers.
fucking Kermit the Frog. I can't even do it anymore.
It's pretty, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Sure.
Oh, there you go. And then, of course, after watching this guy's video, you just want to,
Oh, if I actually said that's what he should do, then I'm threatened.
Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah.
I threaten you.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's a good one. That's a really good one. I like that one. I like that one a lot. After watching the video, of course,
I love that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
We get all
Groundhog Day was a great fucking movie. It really was. Such a damn good movie.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts.
Well,
hey, Kermit is cool. Kermit the log. Oh, it's Kermit the
Yes, very true.
mm-hmm.
Very much greater than Kermit the Frog.
Hashtag green peen. Yep. But yeah, that guy, that's the biggest problem with his side of the fandom is they can never bring facts to back up anything. Like he threw up these random Facebook posts from people that you don't even know if they're really claiming what they're doing is true because he doesn't provide screenshots of any of it.
But even some of the things that he did bring up didn't even support really any of the points that he was trying to make. The only things that he brought up that did actually make sense with what he was talking about was just to support his perspective and his point of view.
That's absolutely true.
You know, he can call us haters. I can call him a hater for doing exactly that video.
Well, that and like the big channels aside, there's a lot of creators in this community that aren't ranking in. I mean, his whole thing was about, we're hating for profit and everything. And like, well, I've put a lot of time into videos. You guys have put time into videos. A number of the people in the chat right now have put a lot of time into videos. Yep. They're not exactly driving around in Porsches right now. Like there's a lot of these creators. Yes, there's the upper tier, your Garys and Jeremy's and things like that. But like, we don't even know how much they're actually making. You can't go by Social Blade. That's garbage. They estimate the range is like, they could be making $2,000 or $400,000, somewhere in between. Well, great range. That's very helpful. So there's a lot of us creators that do it not because we want money, but we have something to say. We want to get our voices heard.
That's right.
Sometimes it's so therapeutic. I know for me, for the Picard videos, it's not about making money. It's about just kind of being able to like, it's almost a therapy just to kind of get it out. Like this is, I feel terrible what they've done to the show. This is how I feel about it. If you agree, great. If you don't, fine. But I just want to say, like, it's something that's on my mind. And really that's when we talk about any form of art, whether it's, comic books, drawing, writing, TV, film, short stories, whatever, songs. Yep. It's about communicating an idea and just kind of getting it out there. We're not all in this for the big bucks of YouTube. Because I mean, realistically, most of us are not going to get to that level, even if we put in a ton of work. I mean, the odds are against us. We're not doing this to, get rich quick. It's not a scheme.
YouTube is not a get rich quick thing.
No. Lethal's monetized, and look at what he just wrote.
If I lived off YouTube money, I'd be fighting hopers for bottles to recycle. It's people don't go on YouTube to make money. If they make a success out of it, that's fucking great. If they don't, it's something that you should be doing it because you want to do it.
It's passion projects. It's passion projects.
That's right. And again, there was a bit of therapy, especially in the Damage the Star Wars trilogy video that I did. That was like therapy, making that, recording that, putting it together. The whole thing was like therapy. The fact that I've even had 300 people see it with 50 likes on that video.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
I just love that. Like, I love that people watch that. They see the same opinion as me. I put a lot of time and effort into it. And I haven't made any money from that video at all. It took me ages to make, and I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
It was my thought.
Miles and miles away from being monetized. And it's not just about the passion, too. It's also about the community, too, because we're supportive of each other. Correct. You guys in the chat,
absolutely.
I've stuck through. I mean, we're streaming for like yesterday was for like 5 hours. Today, where are we at now? Almost 4.
Yeah,
I mean,
3.5, yeah.
Yeah,
it's about a community of similar minded, but not
it's not an echo chamber,
right?
It's not.
It's not.
People looking on the outside will say that though.
No, and we have passionate disagreements within the community, but it's still a very supportive community, a welcoming community overall.
Thank you.
We've had we've had our bad apples, and they've been kind of, I'm not going to name names. We all know, some of the people that have kind of gone off the deep end, some recently.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's unfortunate, but, it happens in any size community. And this is a large one. So,
for me, it wasn't like starting the channel and creating the channel. I never thought about it from a money-making standpoint or anything like that. My main thing, I'd been wanting to do it for a little while, just to be able to get my thoughts out there about Star Wars and how I actually felt about it. And then when the Freddie Prinze Jr. went on his Star Wars is for Kids rant on that that podcast or whatever he went on, when he did, that was the turning point for me, where I'm like, all right, fuck it. All I've got is my phone, the camera on my phone. I'm gonna make something here. Yep. And I must admit, I'm not super impressed with the way that video came out. I definitely, it's still there. You can still watch it. But that was, I started to think to myself, okay, Freddie Prinze Jr., yes, he's a voice actor for a character within Star Wars, within Rebels. He is saying these things, and everything that he's saying is wrong. Every single word coming out of his mouth is wrong. Now, if I truly love Star Wars, I'm going to come out and defend it from my perspective in regards to what he was saying about it. I mean, we all knew that he was wrong. We all knew, like, anyone knows that everything that he was saying was wrong. Fucking, 2 + 2 = balance. Like, what the fuck, mate? And you're trying to say that Dave Filoni taught you and George Lucas taught him, so that makes you God? I mean, everything that he said just annoyed the shit out of me that much that I had to say something. I had to do something about it almost. So I started the channel, made the channel. And if I get monetized, bonus. And even if I get monetized, even based on what Lethal was just saying, it's going to be like pocket money. It's going to be pocket change. It's not. I'm not expecting to be, waking up in the morning and I can make 3 videos and just, go back to bed.
Nobody starts YouTube to do that. I mean, the only reason I turned on the camera is because I wanted to get my opinion out there, and I wanted to do it because it looked like something I would enjoy.
Well, I think if you're making videos of stuff you're not passionate about, you're not going to be successful anyway. Because they're
going to fall short. Aren't they?
People see through it. You might get a one-hit wonder, catch lightning in a bottle and get a viral video of you doing something stupid. But let me ask a question to you guys and then the chat too. Like, you guys are familiar with the idea of a Comicsgate / Fandom Menace meetup next year. I know that the bug and everything has probably screwed that up, but how many are you want to go down there to put 1 in the chat if you want to go down there to make money, or 2 if you want to go down there to hang out and have some beers?
Oh, 2
with the people that you've been talking to for the last 2 years in this community.
Man, that's the only reason why. Yep. Man, to be able to shake hands with somebody like Jeremy and even be able to have a 2-second conversation with that man would be, would be awesome.
If you're Jeremy, you don't have to drink beer. You can have a yoo-hoo.
Exactly. And also a good thing about going down there to meet up with these people is to connect with other people who might, let's say you have something that you do on your channel that's different than everybody else does, and you meet somebody else that likes it. You can connect with those people, and you can now make you can do videos with other people, new streams with other people, because you guys connect with something else. It's also connecting and building the community and growing the community, because every day this community grows more and more. We see it on Facebook. On Twitter.
That's what's been able to keep the Phantom Menace alive even after. I mean, initially the Phantom Menace was created because of what happened with Star Wars, right? It has evolved into something bigger than just Star Wars now. It's general entertainment in regards to keeping these IPs genuine, to like make it what it's supposed to be. Basically, that's what we want.
Yeah, I mean,
Menace members.
For this meetup, I don't even care if anybody talks about Star Wars. Like, if you guys, we'll play cribbage. I don't give a shit. I just, let's just hang out, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
maybe like, put a face to the name that you've been talking to in the chat and saying hail to every time you see him in a channel that you
I know, exactly.
You find yourself following the same people around. It's like, oh, you're in this chat too. You're in this chat too. And I mean, there's a lot of that goes on there. That's what builds this community.
If I was ever to go to one of those things, there'd be so many times where I'll be on the ground going, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Like,
I was in.
Jesse, like, I love those guys. I just, to be able to meet them would just be awesome. And again, I'm not going there. I'm not going there to try and pump up my own YouTube channel or anything like that. I wouldn't give a fuck about my YouTube channel on that day. No, the day that I go to those things would be the day that I'd be like, okay, I want to just meet these people and have a beer with, everyone.
Mm-hmm. I went to the meetup in Chicago at Patty Mac's for the last Star Wars celebration. Yep. I didn't even use. I was basically a lurker. Didn't even have this username. I chose that, I think, like a month or so later. Yeah. Went there like just completely by myself and just said, you know what, hell with it. I want to meet these people. I want to see what this is about. Had an absolute blast. Yeah. And everybody was kind of a stranger. I mean, I knew, obviously the YouTubers, they were all great. There was no, I'm not worthy or anything. Everybody had a pretty good time, at least as far as I could tell. Mm-hmm. It was great. And it had nothing, it wasn't about YouTube. And it really, I mean, we talk shit about Star Wars, of course, at least I did with the number of the people that I talked to, but yeah, it was just a fun time, just meeting, hanging out with everybody. And it wasn't about who's got more subscribers and everything. Everybody was very approachable. Even, your top, we'll call them top tier YouTubers in our group. Everybody was very approachable all the way down. Nobody had some sort of
agenda behind it.
Yeah.
Well, no, nobody was a diva or anything like that. Everybody was just very cool. I mean, and it really exemplifies this group, this community. So it just shows how jealous this guy is.
Absolutely.
Of the success that the channels that he talks about have had. I mean, this is the thing. Jeremy, Anna, all of these guys wouldn't be in the hundreds of thousands of subscribers if what they were saying and what they were talking about was bullshit. So I don't understand where this guy gets off being, he can say what he wants and he's got his opinion, fine. But, again, give us evidence, give us something. He had nothing. At the end of the day, it's laughable. Nothing. It's laughable.
It was a waste of fucking time. Karen Wars.
Salty as fuck.
I mean, when I made my Patreon, only reason I did that is because I wanted to continue to do YouTube, and basically it just helps me make better quality videos because I use my fucking phone. And eventually I want to get a better camera, and I get cables here and there when I need cables, and I do different I don't do the same thing everybody else does. I mean, yes, I love to do Star Wars videos. I like to talk about horror stuff as well. And I'm getting ready to start doing comic book reviews next week because I have a shit ton of fucking like trade paperbacks and graphic novels that I'm going to be reading because I want to talk about them.
Yeah.
And of course, my beer reviews, those are fucking fun. I love doing those. And starting this Tuesday when I'm going to be doing the blue milk alcoholic beverage, we're going to have fun with that too.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking great.
Make sure you watch that, guys. He's going to do a Cantina review, and he's going to make the blue milk, and he's going to give it a try.
Yeah.
So make sure you catch that one when
and I'll go through how I make it, what it take, all the steps and everything. I'm going to be doing it on camera for the first time.
Yeah, nice.
I'm not going to do a test or nothing like I probably should, but anyway.
No offense, I kind of hope it tastes awful because I just want to see your face.
You want to see the reaction, yeah.
The reaction of you like,
yeah.
just to see you like, yeah, I don't recommend this drink at all. This was terrible.
Yeah, I'll like puke on fucking camera. It is based with gin, so
yeah. You're going for those puke clicks. How dare you?
He's gonna make a video about me just going after the vomit crowd. The vomit fetish crowd.
He just made this video because he knew people like vomiting and there's fetishes for it, so he did it.
You're a puke thought. You're a puke thought.
I'm a puke thought. I like doing different things. I mean, the only reason I'm doing the Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime videos too is because I'm not the only one. Oh, nice. I want to see you throw up. Yeah, I like doing those because I see a lot of people out there. I know I'm not the only person who can. Sometimes it's hard to find something to watch because there's like 3 trillion things on each fucking streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it was a good idea. And a friend of mine suggested it, and I did it, and people seem to like it. So I like doing them, and they're fun to make. They are actually. Unless they put a copyright claim and you can't post your fucking video, then that's a little annoying. But you know, it's still fun. I like doing everything I do. It's fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Super fun. And then of course our Raging Geek Jedi show on Saturday nights is fucking blast. And then this too. It's just a fucking
fun
blast.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
God, we've been going for 4 hours.
Yeah, I know. Man, I can't begin to tell you how tired I am now after streaming so much this weekend.
What time is it there?
It is now 3:00, and I started streaming this morning with Ryan at 8:30 in the morning, and I pretty much haven't stopped since because we jumped straight into this almost.
Yeah, you're going pro.
I'm exhausted. I need food too, bad.
Yeah, I had.
You gotta get an EFAP shape, in case you ever get him, big enough to get invited to Mahler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to go 11 hours.
That's when you know you've made it, when you appear on EFAP.
Yeah.
That would be super fucking fun. That'd be a fun thing to do.
I'd be afraid I'd just sit there and listen and laugh. I would be afraid to communicate.
And there's been plenty of people that have done that.
Yeah.
Because I just I don't want to interrupt their rhythm because when they get going, they do so. Oh, they're good.
Yep.
The only time you want to open your mouth is if you know that it's going to be good. You don't want to interrupt any of the shit that's going on.
Oh, it might be fun to. It might be fun to deliberately rile Rags up or something. That might be kind of fun. Get him going off on some wild tangent.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
This
this has been really fun, guys. This has been really fun. Looking forward to doing more of these in the future. Of course, we're doing the Disney trilogy, but we'll do more videos and stuff like this. There's I guarantee we can find stuff like this, or somebody who claims they can actually make an argument for The Last Jedi. That'd be fun to take a look at some of those videos, or even something like Cinema Roberto, something from him would be fun to do. And but I mean, we could just do different things too. So we'll see. We just wanted to do something because we like doing this together. So we decided we want to do something else. Plus, this guy fucking deserved it. So it's just awful. This is terrible.
I want to see that picture, Lost Jedi, next week on the Raging Geek Jedi show.
Absolutely.
I definitely want to see him.
I'm not deleting it, so it'll be there. And
it'll be there.
I'm sure this is going to be considered bullying by him. So if he sees this for whatever reason and decides he wants to react, he's not going to like my. He's not going to like
my Dave Filoni is overrated video. How long ago did you release that, Lethal?
It wouldn't be as fun because Lost Jedi would agree with every single point you made.
Yeah, and I would disagree with half the points you make.
I don't know about every point, but probably a lot. See, I don't think she's Mary Sue. I think she's overpowered.
Yeah,
maybe that would be good because again, we've all got. Me and Jeff are definitely closer in regards to our opinions of Filoni and the Clone Wars, but Lost Jedi definitely has a very different opinion from us.
Yep,
you guys. We're watching the last episode, and of course, that scene. Spoilers for the last episode of Clone Wars if you haven't seen it. But that scene where, at the end when they're fighting and she loses both her lightsabers, I'm out loud. I'm like, kill her, just kill her. Yeah. And these two guys are like, oh god.
A few months ago, Lethal. Yeah, maybe we will then have a look at that. We lost Jeff. He's back. But yeah, we'll definitely do more of these. We've got our weekly show, Raging Geek Jedi show, each
When is that for you guys? Saturday night, isn't it?
Saturday night.
Saturday, 11 p.m. Central. I think we're going to officially move the time to at least 11:30.
11:30.
Yeah, we're going to do 11:30 now
of shenanigans.
because every time we do 11, it ends up going to like 11:45 or 11:30 or 11:35. But yeah, we'll start at 11:30.
And it's not because we we want to keep people waiting. It's like we're trying to time the ending to go along with the ending of shenanigans because
we don't want to step on our toes.
Well, and we know a lot of people come from her stream, then come to ours. We don't want to,
them to sort of miss out.
Start without them because we appreciate them being there. So and we don't want them to skip out on the end of the shenanigans show because if you've not seen that, the best part is usually the improv segment.
Improv's the best segment. In my opinion. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's where it can get absurd and funny and
that's where Tom makes me laugh the most. Tom and Rob make me laugh the most in improv.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love their improvs.
That has quickly become one of my favorite shows on YouTube.
Sure.
Is watching shenanigans. So
for sure.
So it's partially selfish. I want to watch the end of it too.
Yeah.
So, although I'm a Patreon, so I can watch the recap on our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to see it live. But
yeah, it is fun. Yep,
probably wrap this up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so if you guys aren't subscribed to Raging Ryno, go check his channel out. I will drop a link in the chat right now. He did a Clone Wars video for this week. I've got one coming out too. I need to finish reminding me of that as I say that, realizing I didn't do that because I think I was up late last night for some reason. I don't remember why though.
And make sure you go and also sub to LostJedi22.
Yes, I'm dropping his.
He's doing Picard videos right now, and even if you're not a massive Star Trek fan, they're still good to watch because it just gives you an idea of what's actually happening with all different IPs, not just Star Wars or not just how Marvel's going woke and all this kind of stuff. It's all connected. So go and check out all the stuff. It's good as.
Thanks, Lethal. We appreciate that.
Lethal.
Man. Thanks for being here. And everybody in the chat, as usual, thank you guys for hanging with us and interacting with us, making us fucking laugh as well, too.
Yeah.
And Apollo Patriot, thank you for the Discord memes.
Hail.
And we will be going to check those out for sure. Yes, definitely. And if you guys aren't
Miss Martin, thank
Discord
you for being here. Tom, if you're still in the chat there, I know you haven't said anything for a while.
Steven as
Midnight's
well.
Edge After Dark. Author Stephen Walton, thank you so much. You've been great.
Yeah, thanks.
Soul Assassin was here. If you're still here, thank you. There's so many people that sort of just they came and watched for a bit and left, and some people came back. It's just been excellent, and again, it's a credit to the entire community.
It really
is the support that everybody gives everyone. So hail everyone, hail the Phantom Menace.
Yes, hail Phantom Menace. We appreciate you guys coming by, and we will see you guys next time.
I have one more thing I want to plug real quick.
Yes,
sure. Go ahead.
On Twitter, you need to find Lyndon Hall, and make sure you view a particular twerking video from earlier today.
Yes.
I get my butt on screen for everyone.
Oh, yes, and I guess I can
enjoy.
I guess I could say you guys can subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed to. I guess I can plug myself.
Oh, for
sure.
For sure.
I forget about that all the time. I always forget about that. But so thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys next time. Hey, Christy, we'll see you here.
Hey, Christy.
Thanks for swinging by.
Christy, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next Saturday night for Raging Geek Jedi show, and I'll be doing some videos this week. Look for stuff from Ryno this week and from LostJedi22. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.